From Hubert Jack Stadium on the campus of Lock Haven University, after 10 long, grueling weeks of PSAC football, the California Vulcans have traveled up to Lock Haven to take on the Bald Eagles in the final regular season game in the PSAC of 2015. Hello and welcome to the broadcast, everyone. My name is Matt Hagee, and alongside of me is Zach Crosman. Zach, last week, California Vulcans, a playoff push, an unlikely one, and it got a big win last week over Mercyhurst.
Yeah, first time the Lakers have actually been defeated by the Vulcans since 2011. In California, they used their ground game. James Harris, though, 13 of 16 passing, over 300 yards, a great day through the air, especially when you can hit a touchdown pass on your first play of the game. It led the Vulcans to a 31-21 victory. Had a couple turnovers in there as well. Mercyhurst tried to come back at the end, but California was able to stave off and really improve their playoff push, which we'll talk about later.
As for Lock Haven, this is a team that had a long losing streak to start the season, but they've been playing a lot better lately, and they almost pulled off probably what would have been the biggest win in school history over Bloomsburg last week.
Yeah, and for those of you at home that may remember the Seton Hill game, where Seton Hill is this up-and-coming program, Lock Haven is basically running the exact same script. They've been challengeable in every single contest they've lost. Last week against Bloomsburg, they took them to double overtime, and Lock Haven scored a field goal, and then Bloomsburg ran in for a touchdown off Joe Parsnick. Lock Haven is no longer just a bottom team ever since they moved to the east. They've been able to collect wins, they've been strong, and they fought, and it will not be an easy contest today.
And these two teams faced last year in the last regular season game at Adamson Stadium, and we saw, as you said, Lock Haven put up a fight with California, only losing 45-31.
Yeah, CUTV was not there because they were doing the PSAC championship game. But from what I heard, you were there. It was a very close game. California got out to an early lead, and in Lock Haven, like I said, they fight. They came back and made it a close contest before California pulled away at the end. California cannot afford to have that today with the playoff push that they're trying to go on. They need to put as many points on the board as they can and really show off, if you will, against a team like Lock Haven, which you're supposed to beat.
And players to watch today, we're going to start with California's offense, and one of the seniors that could be playing his last game as a California Vulcan. He could make a little history today. Kawan Scott, 9 yards away from becoming the all-time leading receiver in Cal history.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much more you can say about Kawan Scott. He is that home run threat that every play it seems he's running downfield, and you're just waiting for him to get open, whether it be a post, a skinny post, a slant that he runs down the field, or a go route, whatever it may be. Kawan Scott, one of the best receivers Cal's ever seen, and he should get that record today, most likely on what would be his first catch, as, like I said, he goes downfield the entire time.
For Lock Haven, we're going to start with the quarterback. His name's Caleb Walton, and he started last year as well against California. He showed some flashes of brilliance there, and Cal's going to have a tough time with his throwing attack.
Yeah, Caleb Walton, last season, he was only one of a few PSAC quarterbacks to finish with more interceptions than touchdowns. This year, he has really turned that around. He has 21 touchdowns to only 13 interceptions. He can control the ball a little bit better, I think, but Walton has really improved his game from last season. That's something California's going to really have to watch out for.
On defense for California, we're going to look at a kid that's had a breakout season, if you will, Cameron Tarver. He's only a sophomore, but with Errol Brewster out today, they're going to need Tarver to step up.
Yeah, and really the biggest compliment we can give to Cameron Tarver is if you look at the season Jawan Turner had last year, Cameron Tarver is basically along that same path, where Tarver went from a guy you didn't really hear about. Now he's leading the team in sacks. He's about 4.5, 5.5 on the season. And with Errol Brewster out today because of an infection in his neck, Tarver will have to be the main guy to come off the edge because Lock Haven runs an up-tempo offense similar to what California does. So if he starts to get tired, he's really going to have to try and pick his game up and keep getting those sacks.
On defense for the Bald Eagles, we're going to take a look at another senior that's playing his final game at Hubert Jack Stadium today. He's second in the PSAC in tackles, Tony Ballin.
Yeah, and Ballin, 99 tackles, and that's very rare to see from a Division II player. The leading tackler for the Vulcans only has about 60 or 70. So Ballin, a great defensive force. He also has 3 sacks, 7 tackles for a loss, and he's going to be a force that you have to find every time you're on the field if you're James Harrison Company for the Vulcans.
One game to go here in the regular season. California trying to make an improbable playoff run. It needs to continue today against Lock Haven, who's looking to celebrate their senior day in style. Kickoff is next here on CUTV.
The Multimedia Access Center is an open lab where California University students can work on an assignment, attend a workshop, print a document for class, or take advantage of a variety of services such as large format printing, web development, and graphic design. Located in the renovated Natali Student Center across from the student bookstore, the Mac Lab is also your home for OrgSync support and services. For hours of operation or for more information, stop by the Mac Lab, visit our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
Save preset 1 for Cal U's best music. More music in the car. More music in the door. More music everywhere. This is 91.9 WCAL Power 92. The home of the Vulcan Nation. Playing Cal U's best music. 91.9 WCAL. WCAL Power 92.
First published in the 1880s, the California Times is the oldest student media at California University. Circulating 3,000 issues weekly on campus and in the surrounding community, the Times' mission is to deliver fair and balanced news to the student population of California University. All students are welcome to be a part of the California Times. Our offices are located in the Natali Student Union. Keep up to date with the Times online at www.caltimes.org, Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.
Complete news, entertainment, and sports coverage from around the area, region, and nation is found right here on CUTV News Center every Thursday at 5 p.m. with anchors Jennifer Germano, Zach Prosba, entertainment with Mike Mays, and sports with Matt Hagee. Follow us on YouTube, CUTV News Center, and on Twitter, CUTV_PA, for your complete rebroadcast of your Vulcan sports. News Center airs every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Armstrong and Atlantic Broadband.
And welcome back here as we're got ready for kickoff between the California Vulcans and the Lock Haven Bald Eagles. You can see the beautiful shot there of the Susquehanna River, the river that runs right by the town of Lock Haven, this Lock Haven campus. And Zach, this is the first time CUTV has been to Lock Haven since 2011. So for all of us, except our director, Gary Smith, this is new to us.
Yeah, and we're both seniors. This is our first time ever coming up here. As you look at the tail of the tape, California advantage in most categories. Rushing offense, actually, Lock Haven leads just barely by about a half a yard or so. But where things matter most is turnover margin. And you see down at the bottom, California +6, Lock Haven at -7. That's going to be a big factor today. I said, Caleb Walton, he's done better controlling his turnovers. He needs to improve just a little bit more before he can be respectable in that state of the game. If he can control the turnovers today, I think Lock Haven has a very good chance of at least giving California a big fight in this contest.
And they played a lot of teams tough. We mentioned about Bloomsburg. They played Shippensburg tough. They played Westchester tough. And those are the top teams in the PSAC East. So you mentioned that rushing attack for Lock Haven. It's a two-headed monster to have Malik Harris, who's averaging around 160 yards a game, and also Bo Swales as well. And California saw a big rushing attack last week with Brandon Brown Dukes, and at times they struggled. So I think if Lock Haven can get Malik Harris going, Cal will have some trouble.
Yeah, and if you turn this into a one-dimensional game, though, if you just let Malik Akins go off like you did with Brandon Brown Dukes, and you can stop the passing attack, much like they did against Zach Emmerich, I think California honestly would be pretty fine, though, because their defense, once they kind of lure people into that run, eventually they start to get the plan down. They start stopping with that defensive line led by Justin Baker, Juwan Turner, and Cameron Tarver, a player to watch. Then they bait you into throwing the ball, and that's when California really capitalizes on those turnovers. Jordan Bowman, Chaz Veal, and Aaron Terry, they are ball hawks at the safety position, and they will hunt the ball down trying for turnovers if you are so daring enough to throw against that defense.
And you can see the temperature here as it's pretty chilly out here. The wind has been going in and out, but I mean, for the most part, the sun and the blue skies are coming out as we're about to kick off here. So that's the important thing. No rain so far.
Yeah, this is the second straight week with no rain, where it seemed like every week of the season it was rain in the forecast. For wherever we were at, whether it be at home against any opponent coming to CalU or going on the road for an opponent for CalU. The last couple weeks have brought a little bit sunnier weather, but at the same time it's getting colder too. So have to adjust with that.
And here are the PSAC West standings. You see Slippery Rock for the third straight year has won the PSAC West IEP as co-champs. But since Slippery Rock beat IEP, Slippery Rock got the bid in the PSAC championship game today at Westchester. And early on they had the lead. But for Slippery Rock, this has been Slippery Rock's conference. And but California, though, 2 games, it could have been California's division this year.
Yeah, Slippery Rock is the only game California really, I think, lost. Because they got blown out in that contest, and I don't think there's any way, really looking back on it, that California had a chance to win that game. Against Bloomsburg and against Indiana, California should have come away with victories in those contests. Indiana especially. California seemed like it had maybe 5 to 10 chances in the last quarter with maybe a minute left to take the lead, and they blew it as you look at the East as well.
And Westchester, last week, Westchester needed to beat East Stroudsburg and get some help from their friends in Kutztown to beat Shippensburg. And Kutztown beat Shippensburg pretty handily, and then Westchester held off East Stroudsburg. So for the first time since 2008, Westchester won the PSAC East, and considering their 0-2 start, that's a huge monumental season for them.
Yeah, ever since then they've rode a 7-1 streak. Pat Moriarty, their first-year quarterback, after replacing Sean McCartney, he's definitely gotten a lot better. Now, the last score update we had was 14-6 Slippery Rock, and the home team in the state game, since it was re-implemented in 2008, has not lost. So this would be a very rare occurrence if Slippery Rock is able to get that road victory in the state game. Slippery Rock is definitely the favorite, I think, but Westchester, they are riding that hot streak. I think they can keep it close. As you look there, the captain's on the field for both sides, seeing who will receive the ball first.
And Lock Haven has won the toss, and they will want the football first, so we'll see Caleb Walton and the Bald Eagle offense. You mentioned Lock Haven started the season 0-7, and then they beat Millersville in a crazy contest, and then they also beat Cheney, but easily they could have a lot more wins, as we mentioned earlier here. As you see California's sideline there in all white. We've been seeing that color combination a lot this year, and Lock Haven is taking the field right now here, and Zach, they're sporting some pretty nice uniforms as well. They look like they're brand new.
Yeah, and of course we've not been able to see them to tell whether or not they are new or not, but they are very nice. California going with the all-white road uniforms. Lock Haven in maroon with black pants with maroon stripes on them. A very nice combination. Usually maroon and black, I don't like the combo, but this actually works for me. It's kind of looking like Bloomsburg with the maroon, but maybe like an alternate uniform. I actually really like that.
And for head coach Mike Keller and his Vulcans today, Zach, 8th in the regional rankings, 1 spot out of 7th place. And who knows what could happen with Bowie State as they're playing the CIAA championship today, but who knows what the NCAA will do with them in tomorrow's selection show. But another game to keep an eye on is just about, I'd say, 5 hours north of here in Worcester, Massachusetts, when they're Assumption College playing New Haven. New Haven right behind Cal. And if New Haven can get the win over Assumption, they could hop Cal, regardless what Cal does today.
Yeah, California, their best scenario is root for Assumption to win against New Haven and hope that playing a contest today with Virginia Union, who is right in front of you on a bye, gets you a little bit more favor in the committee's eyes. Playing one game, whereas Virginia Union will be on a bye because they don't play crossover games like the PSAC does in the CIAA in the last week. I think that's the only way California can get in. There's not a lot of help to be had up top that can maybe squeeze them in.
And we're about ready to play some Division II football today. William Brazil is ready to go for the California Vulcans. He runs to the ball, and we are underway from Hubert Jack Stadium. Ball will be returned here by Mike Williams for the Bald Eagles at about the 3-yard line. Williams cuts it to the right side, has a lane, gets out of bounds, knocked out of bounds, and runs into a couple California players as well. So a decent return out of nothing there. Now we get to see the redshirt junior quarterback from Manheim, Pennsylvania, Caleb Walton, and Zach, this front seven for California has really improved the past month.
Yeah, you have our player to watch, Cameron Tarver. Then you have Jawan Turner, Adamai Hochi, Earl Brewster not here today. He has an infection in his neck, not playing. And then those 3 safeties, Terry, Veal, and Bowman. really patrol that back end for the California defense and really turn it into a great turnover team.
Now Walton starts out of the shotgun here. He hits his tailback. Bo Swales out on the flat, gets a couple yards to about the 33-yard line here. So that'll be a pick up of 6, and we'll be seeing Bo Swales and Malik Harris as well for Lock Haven. Mentioned about Caleb Walton. He's from Manheim Central High School, and Manheim Central is one of the more proud programs in the state of Pennsylvania out east there, and a big line here, an experienced line for Lock Haven.
Yeah, Lock Haven's line has to do a great job with this up-tempo that Lock Haven runs. They need to be able to protect Walton to make this system go.
Out of the pistol here is Walton. He's a little play action here. Walton's going deep. He has a man open, incomplete, just out of the hands and too far for his receiver there. Cal caught a break on that one.
And it looked like, honestly, for me watching it from the viewpoint we're at, we're on top of the press box, so we have a perfect viewpoint of every shot. The receiver was out of bounds anyways, so that would not have counted had he come down with it. A great chance, but it wouldn't have counted.
So now 3rd and 4 here for Lock Haven from the 33-yard line. Walton takes a snap. Quick pass over the middle. He finds his receiver for the first down here. That is, I believe, number 82 on the play for Lock Haven.
And that is number 82, William Sensendorfer, a redshirt junior tight end. And on that play, Cam Tarver came on a rush, got his hands up, and Walton, a great pass to get right through his hands.
And Walton is 6'2" here as he hands it off to Swales for the first time. He gets stopped immediately. Then the play looks like Tarver and Bowman there on the stop for California.
And that was a loss of a yard actually on that play. So Lock Haven's ground game not doing anything, but the passing so far has looked a little decent against this Vulcan defense.
And Malik Harris is now entered for his first play of the game here on 2nd down and 11. And Walton will take the snap here, and Harris will get the call. He's got a lane in front of him to about the 45-yard line of California. It sets Lock Haven up for a manageable 3rd down.
And after that first play, I thought, okay, maybe Cal's defense is up to the challenge of the run game. Then an 8-yard gain there, make it 3rd and 3. Another 3rd down coming up for Lock Haven. They converted the first one. If they keep going and converting these 3rd downs, it's going to be a long day for California.
And now Walton here on 3rd and 3 rolls out here to the left, finds his man wide open. That's David Cook. And Cook gets to the 22-yard line here. Lock Haven moving the ball on California, but we've been seeing this past couple of weeks. California's defense playing bend but not break.
Yeah, I mean, against Mercyhurst last week, 0 for 3 in red zone opportunities. Mercyhurst was basically telling us how not to score in a game. I would expect to see different here from Lock Haven, but you never know what the defense Cal plays.
Well, Lock Haven's quick passing here is Walton hands off to Harris here on 1st down, goes up the middle, gets a couple yards to about the 18-yard line, a gain of 4 on the play for Harris here. So it looks like they're starting away here with Harris. I think Swales got the start because he's a senior.
And I have to say, the vision from Harris on that play. Jordan Bowman was coming up to play against the run for Cal, and Harris saw him and immediately cut back inside to avoid Bowman coming on the edge. A great play there by that back.
And Malik Harris is a transfer from Albright College, which is in Reading. Here's 2nd down and 7 for Walton and the Bald Eagles. He'll take the snap. Back to pass over the middle, incomplete. Good coverage there. And on a late penalty flag there, they'll call Jordan Bowman here as covering David Cook.
And that's going to be interference. Bowman had his hand wrapped around the side of Cook, and as he dove, spun him around. This is a very easy call for the official being right there. It'll be a 15-yard penalty and 1st down.
And California, a team that leads the PSAC in penalty yards and penalties here. So we'll take a look at the replay. I think this is a good call because you're right. Bowman was all over him before the ball arrived to him.
And it's actually going to be 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line, looks like, so just out of goal range.
Walton here, hands off to Harris. Harris goes up the middle, trying to push the file forward and gets to about the 9-yard line, a gain of 2 on the play.
And there on that run, going to the inside, it seems sometimes California's defensive line, the interior at least, Myhochi, Turner, Haddock, Baker, they do good at plugging holes, but then they get tired, I think, and that's the big issue, fatigue and trying to keep your wear up the entire game.
You notice Jawan Turner playing on the end today here. And playing nose tackle most of the season here as Walton goes back to pass. Screen pass here out to an offensive lineman. And he gets tackled for a couple yards there. That was Devontae Oliver, the right guard there on the catch.
I think that's the first time either of us can say we've seen an offensive lineman catch a pass. And I did not see whether he reported in as eligible or not. It looked like he lined up as the tight end, so he is a receiver. A very odd play. Didn't do anything, though. It lost you 3 yards.
Yeah, he looked like that kid from that big lineman that Baylor has over the middle. They had him catching some passes, one in the Cotton Bowl for a touchdown here. But 3rd and long here for Lock Haven on their opening drive as we're about to go under 11 minutes here in the first quarter. Walton out of the shotgun. He'll take the snap, back to pass. He looks, fires, has his man, caught, but short of the first down here. So California coming up big here. Looks like Aaron Terry there on the stop.
And Lock Haven's going to send out the field goal unit. So like you said, that bend, don't break. Lock Haven just settled for that short over-the-middle pass to see if maybe a guy could run down the field. Now we're going to see the field goal unit come on for what's going to be about a 23-yard kick. The wind is blowing pretty heavily, though, so it could affect it.
You got to watch California special teams. 2 blocked field goals last week. This is Alex Boomery for the Bald Eagles. Ball is spotted, kicks away, gets it off, and it looks good. So Lock Haven on their senior day goes down the field and gets 3 points to take a 3-0 lead over California. Vulcan offense comes on next here on CUTV.
Complete news, entertainment, and sports coverage from around the area, region, and nation is found right here on CUTV News Center every Thursday at 5 p.m. with anchors Jennifer Germano, Zach Prosba, entertainment with Mike Mays, and sports with Matt Hagee. Follow us on YouTube, CUTV News Center, and on Twitter, CUTV_PA, for your complete rebroadcast of your Vulcan sports. News Center airs every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Armstrong and Atlantic Broadband.
And welcome back to Hubert Jack Stadium here as the Lock Haven Bald Eagles have taken a 3-0 lead after a decent opening drive march that took about 5 minutes for Lock Haven here. And we knew Lock Haven was going to play pretty hard with playing for their senior class in their last game here.
Yeah, Lock Haven, they came out much like they did against Bloomsburg and East Stroudsburg and Westchester even, came out and they put some points on the board. And if California's defense can't play much better than what they did in that first drive, they'll have a tough time today.
A high kick taken by John Franklin gets to the 40-yard line here. So California's going to get some decent field position after Lock Haven kind of going with a pop-up kick. So now we get to see California's offense led by James Harris, which could be his final game as a California Vulcan.
Could be. John Franklin, if he scores today, he has scored in every single game Cal played this year. It's all up to his offensive line, though, especially down in goal situations. They have really opened some holes for him, led by Taylor Nickenser, Seaman, and Pearson on the interior of that line.
And Harris will start here with Derek Fiore as his sidecar. I believe Fiore's getting the start here on senior day. It could be his last game as a Vulcan as well. Harris, back to pass. He looks over the middle. He finds a receiver. That's Devin Lomax. It's a nice spin move there. Cuts it to midfield. And he gets the first down for California. Devin Lomax, another senior, showing some moves.
What a circle button move that was. As you look at the defense for Lock Haven, Tony Ballin, he's the guy that really runs this show. 99 tackles on the year. He's going to be a force in that front six. Number 4 right in the middle linebacker slot.
Empty backfield this time for Harris here at midfield on 1st and 10. He'll take the snap. Back to pass over the middle. He was looking for Lomax and overthrew him completely incomplete. And for Zach, last week against Mercyhurst, I don't think Harris had an incompletion until the second quarter.
Yeah, he was, I think, 8 of 8 in the first quarter. And on that route, Lomax looked like he was doing a little bit of a slant out route. By the time he looked around, the ball was already past him. So that was just a timing error between Harris and Lomax on that play.
Now Harris will have Franklin for the first time here as his sidecar on 2nd down and 10. Harris will take the snap. He'll hand to Franklin. He'll go to the right side here, tries to find a lane, and does. Here goes John Franklin out of bounds at the 35-yard line and a first down. So good start on the day for the sophomore from Ohio.
And I think that's the biggest improvement in the run game this year for California. Guys that can get to the outside and have breakaway speed. John Franklin, great at scoring with the ball, but Jimmy Wheeler, I think, has been the best back California's had all year, getting the outside and making men miss. That's how you pick up first downs, like we saw in that last play.
You can see Kawan Scott split out to the far side of the field, looking for the record. 1st down and 10 from the Lock Haven 35-yard line. Harris takes the snap, hand off to Franklin. He's going to the left this time, looking to cut back upfield. This time, Lock Haven better defense. It looks like about 2 yards on the play, second down and 8.
And I'm waiting for Kawan Scott as we have a timeout on the field.
Looks like a bald eagle is down.
It looks like he is in some pain. He's not moving. It looks like it might be a knee injury of some sort. We cannot tell who that is on the field.
Well, hopefully he's okay here. 9:04 left here in the first quarter. California's offense on the march, and Zach, this California offense has been on fire. I mean, we can't say it enough. They've had opening drive scores against Clarion, Gannon, and Mercer's, even IUP as well, and you can even go back Slippery Rock as well. They scored a touchdown on their opening drive.
Yeah, and if California gets into the playoffs, it'll be because of their offense. Their defense, while they've been good, still has room for improvement. And I think they know that, and I think they understand that. But once you get to that big stage, teams really start to develop a little bit more in their progressions. The offense, as long as it continues to go the way it has, running the ball very well, throwing the ball very well, with James Harris, one of the best quarterbacks in the PSAC, then California's going to have a chance in every game they may play going forward because of their offensive ability and weapons like Kawan Scott, Luke Smori, Gary Brown, who is Mr. Mercer's Laker killer himself. I mean, he has put up 400 receiving yards in 2 games against the Lakers. And it's funny, we talk about Kawan Scott ready to break the record for receiving yards. Gary Brown today, I think, can move into 4th place all-time on the list. And next year, he will likely break Kawan Scott's record in what will be his final season.
And the injured bald eagle looks to be Carlos Balcom, number 30. He is a sophomore defensive back and starting, so good to see him walk off his own power there. And California's offense will come back here. Second down and 7 from the 33-yard line. We get to see the freshman sensation Jimmy Wheeler lined up deep at tailback.
And he's from West Mifflin, who's produced a lot of great running backs. I mean, Shamar Green comes to mind. It's a wonder why West Mifflin had not won a Whitfield title the last few years with the backs they've had.
And don't forget on defense, got Derek Fulmore and Marcus Martin as well. As Wheeler will get the carry here. He cuts it upfield, gets to about, and still going. And a first down there. That last little effort there to Jimmy Wheeler gets California first down.
He makes men miss. I said it before. It's hard to tackle him. You cannot tackle him with only one man. You need a group of players to be able to bring Wheeler down. He's well on his way to earning the nickname Jimmy Wheels with the way he runs the ball.
He's definitely has been great in California. Probably the most depth they had at backfield in a while. Don't forget about Nick Grissom, who missed a season with ACL.
Back next year.
It's gonna be a scary backfield for the PSAC teams to cover here on Harris. Here he finds Gary Brown for his first reception today. Cuts it upfield, gets to about the 17-yard line. Looks like they're spotted right at the 16. A gain of 8.
Gary Brown, that's what he loves to do. Get the ball in short situations and run upfield. He can also go long, but he is more of the complement guy to Kawan Scott now. He'll be the A option next year for this Vulcans offense in his senior campaign. He was a Harlan Hill regional finalist last year. That's how good of a receiver he is.
And he's closing in on 1,000 yards. He even missed a game this season against Shippensburg. So now Harris out of the pistol here on 2nd and 2. Wheeler gets the first down for California. Falls forward to the 11-yard line.
We're under 8 minutes now, 7:59 to go. Both teams methodically moving the ball on offense. Defense, not the name of the game so far today.
Well, in Lock Haven, you see, I've looked at their schedule, a lot of the scores, they've been in the 40s, the 30s, so this is a team that they're offensively built on offense, but defense still room for improvement. Is 1st and 10 here from the 11 for California. They do not need to get in the end zone here. And now he gets to Franklin up the middle. Gets to about the 8-yard line here, but mentioned it there. Don't need to get to the end zone in 4 plays because he's just 1 yard shy of what it would have been a 1st and goal situation.
Yeah, they just need to get down to the 1, but likely if you're going to get down to the 1, you're going to score anyways. So California definitely looking at this as a goal situation. You got maybe 2 more plays before having to send out the field goal unit.
Now from the 9-yard line here, if Harris finds Scott in the end zone for a touchdown, he gets the record. Harris, he'll hand to Franklin. He'll go to the left side, trying to cut it back upfield. He does. Gets to about the 4-yard line. And a decent run there out of Franklin, following his blockers and using some patience.
Now mark him at the 5, so a gain of 4 will bring up 3rd and 4. Need to get to the 1. California running the ball a lot on this drive. I would expect to see maybe Harris go for a receiver in the end zone. I know last week he had a very good back shoulder pass to Gary Brown on the out route. Maybe see that again here today.
2 sidecars from the 5-yard line here of Lock Haven. Harris takes the snap. He'll go to Fiore. Fiore cuts it back up field. Derek Fiore, touchdown, California. I believe so. Yes, it is. Touchdown, California. Derek Fiore on his final game, could be his final game as the Vulcan gets in the end zone.
And Derek Fiore started the year on defense. He transitioned to defensive back, but California had to put him back at running back after a slew of injuries. I mean, Nate Goldsmith, he was a running back at the beginning of the year. We've not seen him since. But Fiore, a run of 21 last week, a touchdown to start his day. He's going to go out as one of the maybe best role players California's had in a while.
He's been very reliable. That's his first rushing touchdown of the season. He does have a receiving touchdown as William Brazil tacks on the extra point. So, California responds to the Lock Haven field goal with a touchdown. We go to break. Stay tuned for more action here with California up 7-3 on CUTV.
The Multimedia Access Center is an open lab where California University students can work on an assignment, attend a workshop, print a document for class, or take advantage of a variety of services such as large format printing, web development, and graphic design. Located in the renovated Natali Student Center across from the student bookstore, the Mac Lab is also your home for OrgSync support and services. For hours of operation or for more information, stop by the Mac Lab, visit our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
And welcome back to Hubert Jack Stadium here as California has taken a 7-3 lead over Lock Haven with 6:18 left here in the first quarter. And Zach, that California drive made possible mostly on the ground, but you got to believe with the windy conditions, that's why California went run heavy there. As kickoff here, looks like it will be taken by Williams again, second return. Gets to about the 20-yard line here and gets stopped finally about the 24-yard line of Lock Haven. So we get to see Caleb Walton and this offense again. An offense that looked pretty good, got to down the 5-yard line and was stopped by California. You see, this is how Cal and Lock Haven compare when Lock Haven has the ball.
And Lock Haven, 25 points a game, over 400 yards of offense. California, they're actually letting up a little bit more than that. So Lock Haven may be kind of feasting their eyes on this defense today and think, hey, we can probably put us some points on the board today.
And Lock Haven using that quick passing. The one team that comes to mind is the team you compared them to earlier, Seton Hill. So Walton here from the 25-yard line. And he'll hand off here to Harris. He goes to the left side here, tries to cut it back upfield. A lot of downhill moves there for Harris. Looks like he'll have enough here for a first down. Good start to the Lock Haven drive.
That's Vondell Bell there on the tackle, a 12-yard pickup. Lock Haven, again, moving the ball quickly. They set the ball back up quickly. It's kind of a mix of Slippery Rock and Seton Hill all in one in the offense.
So now Caleb Walton here from his own 37-yard line. High snap, gives it to Harris. Harris breaks the tackle, spins close to a first down there. Harris, it looks like he ran into a pile and spun right out of it. Decent run there.
And that's another first down. They're going to mark him with it. So, and that was a great spin move. We've seen one from Lomax. We've seen one from Harris. These guys might have been playing a lot of Madden last night, hitting the circle button a lot.
Now Walton will line up out of the pistol here with 2 receivers split out to each side here. New fresh set of downs and play action this time. Walton goes to the air, has a man open. That is Tyler Galashaw into California territory here. And Lock Haven's that offense is really putting California's defense and making them run in circles.
And I'll tell you what, the refs missed the holding on Lock Haven's left tackle against Juwan Turner. Juwan Turner tried to jump in the air to deflect the pass, and he was being held down to the ground, could only get one hand up.
Harris falls forward to about the 31-yard line here. So they call it 32. It'll be second down and 7.
And so far, this has not been a great effort for California's defensive line. They need to get more pressure up front.
And that's the thing. They've been getting a lot of pressure lately. It looks like, believe Luke Krapchak is still out there. Corey Bob getting the start at linebacker. So Walton here on second down and 7. 4:52 left here. And there's a pump fake. He goes up the middle. He can run as well. and gets a couple yards to about the 29-yard line there. So he did a huge pump fake there to Harris out in the flat, and he takes it up the middle here for a manageable third down.
It'll be 3rd and 4, 4:35 left in the first quarter. Lock Haven's taken about a minute and a half on this drive, and they've moved maybe about 60 yards already.
And California had the long drive there. They had about a 4-minute drive as well. But Lock Haven on the move here, 3rd down and 4 from the Cal 29-yard line. And he'll go to Harris. Runs with his own blocker, cuts it to the left side. Here goes Harris. No one in front of him. It's going to be a touchdown for the Bald Eagles.
And you cannot say this was on the California defense. That was Harris and his pure ability. Harris, he ran into the middle of this pile. You'll see in a second. Ran into the middle. The contain for California went off into the backfield, and Harris had a wide open leg to the outside, making a 9-7 Lock Haven score. I said this would give me a fight today, and clearly we're seeing that now.
And it definitely are. We're seeing the showcase. This Lock Haven team far removed from the Lock Haven teams that lost, that couldn't win a game for about 4 years. And they get this extra point off here. That one is good. So Lock Haven, looks like we're going to have an offensive shootout today. Hubert Jack Stadium so far. The Bald Eagles up 10-7 over California. Stay tuned for more action here on CUTV.
Save preset 1 for Cal U's best music. More music in the car, more music in the door, more music everywhere. This is 91.9 WCAL Power 92. The home of the Vulcan Nation, playing Cal U's best music. 91.9 WCAL. WCAL Power 92.
And welcome back to Hubert Jack Stadium here, where the host, Lock Haven Bald Eagles, taking back the lead from California 10-7 on a very efficient drive to get 6 points.
Yeah, they threw the ball once and ran the ball every other play, and it worked. Lock Haven's offense doing a really good job so far.
Another pop-up here. Franklin takes it and gets tackled immediately there. So Lock Haven playing with a lot of fire today. Definitely showing up, as you can see California here. This is California's offense to Lock Haven's defense.
In California, averaging 30 points a game. Lock Haven giving up over 30 a game. And again, it goes to what I said about California's defense. Lock Haven giving up a little bit more than what California gains in terms of yardage, especially rushing. California on the ground, we saw that first drive. They're going to have plenty of opportunities to put the ball on the ground and run if they want. And right now, the Cal coaching staff talking with the officials.
Offside.
Offsides against Lock Haven.
5-yard penalty. Replay the kick.
So it looks like they will kick again there. So then that kick was already a weird, another one of those pop-up kicks.
Lock Haven's done it twice now. I wonder if they're afraid to kick to Wheeler and Veal, or it's windy and they don't want the kick to go out of bounds and set them up
That's
there
true.
anyways. Or is Lock Haven trying to set up for a weird onside, and if California happens to bobble it, maybe go and grab it and set up field position?
And Franklin was close. And remember what happened last week? Cal had troubles trying to recover onside kicks against Mercyhurst. They missed the one, almost missed the other one as well, of the two. So Lock Haven will try this kick again here. They'll be kicking from their own 30-yard line here. So California, if they try to go to the pop-up again, they can have a chance to get some great field position.
And where they've been kicking the ball, you have Franklin there. Looks like you have number 40, Chad Garnett, down there. You have Smorey and Fiore. So a couple of players that should be able to catch the ball pretty easily, but receivers and backs, they drop them occasionally.
So here we go again here. Another pop-up kick. And it looks like Franklin deja vu. Each time he misses it, it goes out of bounds there. So California coaching staff probably had their heart in their mouth there when Franklin dropped it, but California gets a break when it goes out of bounds. But
Franklin's hurt. Oh, goodness. This could be a big development for California as John Franklin goes off with what looks like to be a very serious shoulder injury. You see that, you think maybe he separated it or something like that. We don't want to speculate on it, but that looks very serious for him. Well, let's see how he may have hurt that.
I mean, he got hit instantly.
Yeah,
And-
coming there.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Ow,
yeah.
ow, ow, ow.
That was a clean hit.
Yeah.
Let's be clear about that. That was a clean hit, but immediately right into that
Just-
shoulder. That might be a little bit of a separation.
Just
there.
playing hard to the ball here. So we're going to see an end around here. Here's Kawan Scott. He's got a lane for him. Look at Scott go. 45-yard, gets a block. Penalty flag is down. It looks like that blocked by Gary Brown. We'll take it back. This will be a touchdown for California, but unfortunately the penalties plaguing California again, taking scores away.
And that's going to be a clear holding against California. It'll be a 10-yard penalty spot. It'll give Cal first down in great position again, but a touchdown wiped away on a bad penalty.
Oh, and a great play call as well. Scott with the end around there, and expected him to go with the receptions there. But Gary Brown, you can see, very frustrated here.
Gary Brown tackled the guy down on the ground.
And you know, honestly, I don't even know if he really needed to do that. I think Scott had enough speed here. We're going to take a look again here on the replay here.
You'll see it coming right there. You see Gary Brown basically tackled his man down to the ground, and that's what led to the holding. California going to be set up, it looks like first and 3, they're calling it.
So out of all of that, it'll be counted as a 7-yard run there by Kawan Scott, which took away about a 55-yard touchdown run here. So California first down and 3.
Maybe go back to that play. It worked the first time. Why not the second time?
Well, this time Wheeler in the game as the lone tailback. Wheeler's going to cut it left to the right side here. He will get the first down in Lock Haven territory, still pushing the pile forward there. And Wheeler having a good start to the day. It looks like we don't know how long Franklin will be out there, but they'll be in good hands with Wheeler, because you can just see that's the depth for the California's running backs.
Yeah, I've been trying to see if I can find Franklin on the sidelines to maybe monitor the situation with his shoulder. I don't see him at the moment.
And here California, 3:29 left here in the first quarter. On the move once again from the Lock Haven 43-yard line. Harris, same formation as before. He'll pass this time. He looks, he fires. He wants Luke Smore, and juggled incomplete. Almost interception there. Looks like the coverage on the play for Lock Haven. Number 24, Deron Lee.
That was great coverage. Harris threw into bracket double coverage, though. A very, very close call to a bad decision for Harris there. He's lucky that one fell down with 3:15 left in the first quarter.
And you mentioned this Lock Haven defense, only 5 interceptions altogether this season. So now Harris, this time Fiore is his sidecar here on 2nd down and 10. He'll take the snap, back to pass. He looks, he fires. He's got Scott and Kawan Scott, the new receiving yard leader in California history. Congratulations, Kawan Scott.
And that's a great play for him. Don't see them maybe getting the ball for Scott. That would be something that he would like to commemorate, but I'm sure we're going to have the replay of that one, as you see here, moving downfield. I'll tell you what, though, on that play, Gary Brown, after going about 10 yards downfield, he was thrown down. The officials missed a very illegal contact call down there.
And look who's back in the game, John Franklin. And he'll get the carry. He'll go to left side, cut it upfield, break a tackle, and gets to about a 3-yard gain on the play to the 23. But again, regardless, though, Kawan Scott made the catch, and all you need to do is make one move, and he had the record.
Yeah, and Kawan Scott, he's been that big play guy that California's looked to for 4 years. I mean, I think the first time he really broke on the scene was a couple of years ago when he became that deep threat after Mike Williams and company left. And since then, he's started to maybe progress a little bit more in his route tree.
Pistol here for California. Play action here for Harris. He's looking for Gary Brown. Brown's going to make the catch. Spins away into the end zone. Touchdown, Falcons. Gary Brown making it happen again.
That's a 23-yard score, making it 13-10 California.
Takes it in the end zone for a Vulcans touchdown.
And it is a touchdown. Some of the players on the field were acting like it may not have been a touchdown, but they just put the touchdown on the board, 13-10. 2:02 left in the first quarter.
A lot of offense from each side. So far, William Brazil here on to possibly make it a 14-10 lead for California. High snap, and Brazil gets it off here. That kick is good. California responding again to the Lock Haven score with a touchdown of their own. Gary Brown with another touchdown. Stay tuned for more action here on CUTV.
First published in the 1880s, the California Times is the oldest student media at California University. Circulating 3,000 issues weekly on campus and in the surrounding community, the Times' mission is to deliver fair and balanced news to the student population of California University. All students are welcome to be a part of the California Times. Our offices are located in the Natali Student Union. Keep up to date with the Times online at www.caltimes.org, Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.
And welcome back to Hubert Jack Stadium here as the California Vulcans taking the lead back from Lock Haven here. Only 2 minutes and 2 seconds left here in the first quarter. Looking like it's going to be a good old offensive shootout.
Yeah, and California's been set up for these kind of games most of the year. Slippery Rock, Shippensburg, IUP, but some of them haven't finished that way after a great start.
This time the kick is taken by Sean Seif. And Seif gets knocked out of bounds at about the 25-yard line there. And now, Zach, here are the regional rankings here. The final regional rankings before Selection Sunday tomorrow. Shepherd well on their way to clinching the 1 seed there, along with Charleston. Looks like they'll be in. But still, Bowie State, we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, they might have some wins taken away from them. And a quick update, Slippery Rock, they were at 14-6. They get 35-6 with 3 minutes left in the second quarter.
Ooh.
Looks like Slippery Rock is likely clinched a spot in the playoffs now.
And likely could be a big favorite to win that region. Now Walton hands it to Harris. Bounces to the right side. Look at Harris go. And gets tackled at about the 28-yard line there. Looks like Brendan Edwards there, the true freshman, on the stop. But you mentioned that Slippery Rock offense. They lost to Seton Hill this year, but after that game, it kind of woke them up, and they've been
on fire.
Gas pedal, and the foot hasn't left the gas pedal for sure.
And California needs to find a way for the brakes to be put on Lock Haven here today. Lock Haven, with that run game in Harris, they cannot be stopped.
Now Walton back to pass this time. He has his man over the middle, and it's overthrown, incomplete there. Too long for, it looks like his tight end on the play there.
And that was just a little bit overthrown. If he had put it down a little bit more, receiver would have come down with it and had a little bit of running room. Probably got him tackled from behind, but it would have been a big first down.
And that was Delvon Dennis here. So 3rd down and 4 for the Bald Eagles. Looks like Lock Haven will have 2 receivers split out to each side, and Harris as Walton's sidecar. 1:22 left here in the first quarter. Walton back to pass. He looks incomplete. In and out of the hands of his intended target there on the play. It looks like it was number 18 for Dan Krupko.
And maybe that's the first stop of this game. We said it's going to go to a shootout, and then a defensive stop for California. Now California, if their offense continues to roll, they can really start to increase the lead that they have and maybe get away the early jitters that they've had in the contest.
Looks like we'll see Bryce Stambaugh here on the punt for the first time today. California last week did not punt for the first time since the 2007 NCAA playoffs. Now big rush here as Stambaugh gets it off. Return here by Aaron Terry. We'll take a fair catch at about the California 43-yard line here. So here's the PSAC schedule. I mentioned we talked about Slippery Rock and Westchester, but still, even some games that really don't have any implications playoff-wise, but still, Seton Hill, Bloomsburg's a game to watch because this is an opportunity for Seton Hill to take that next step forward.
And when I checked that one, Bloomsburg was up 7-0 at the beginning of the second quarter, and another one, IUP, they're right now holding on to a playoff spot. They're up 20-0 over Cheney in the first quarter.
And Cheney was the team that Lock Haven broke that long losing streak against in 2012. So Harris here will start from his own 43-yard line with 2 sidecars, Fiore and Franklin. And play action. Harris back to pass. He looks, he wants Kawan Scott. Scott makes the catch, throws it off defender, gets knocked out of bounds at about the 41-yard line there of the Bald Eagles. So Kawan Scott with another big catch, and California's offense right back in Lock Haven territory.
And while we are still a little bit on the subject of playoff football, right now, NE10 championship, just the start of the second quarter, the Assumption Greyhounds up 3-0 over New Haven.
A low-scoring game there so far. And remember, Assumption beat New Haven earlier in the season. We're under a minute here in the first quarter. California, new set of downs. 1st down and 10. Harris. He'll go to Fiore. Fiore cuts it upfield, follows the pile, Gets to about the 35-yard line and a decent gain. It looks like about a gain of 6 on the play for Fiore. So Fiore getting a lot of carries here, but Fiore has been pretty reliable. Like I said, been pretty reliable this season, especially on third down.
Yeah, Fiore, he's that really good receiving back. It looks like California's just going to let time run off. You got about 20 seconds, but actually the play clock hasn't started yet.
Oh, well,
But I think they know that there's a little bit of time separation, but California does not need to run a play. So it looks like California's going to let the clock run out in the final 5 seconds.
And indeed, the clock will run out 3, 2, and this 1 second and done. So after an offensive, fire-powered first quarter leaves the California Vulcans up 14-10 over the upstart Lock Haven Bald Eagles, and the Vulcans are driving. Stay tuned for the second quarter here on CUTV. And welcome back to Hubert Jack Stadium as we're about to start the second quarter here at California leading 14-10 over Lock Haven. California's offense on the move here. 2nd down and 4 from the Lock Haven 35-yard line.
California, if they can score on this drive, a touchdown, a field goal won't really do anything. And if they can get a touchdown, really start to separate themselves.
Franklin runs into Tom Green there and loses a couple yards on the play. So a break there for Lock Haven because it looked like Franklin had a lane to the outside. Just ran into Tom Green.
That's going to be a 2-yard loss on the play. And Green was doing his job. He had blocked his man away from Franklin, but Franklin cut too soon, and he ran right into Green. So that led to nothing on that play, a 2-yard loss, 3rd and 6.
Now, looks like with 14:28 left here in the second quarter, just starting. California, 3rd down. Harris back to pass, he looks, he pumps, fires, Gary Brown, low throw, incomplete. And no flag called there as well.
And I agree with the no call that I don't really think there was anything to call on that play, but you have to give kudos to the great effort Gary Brown put on that play to try and go down and get this ball. Defensive back for Lock Haven almost jumped the route as well. We're going to see California go for it, 4th and 5 from their 36. Right field position, I think the wind is really blowing. A punt right now would just be a risky situation. So I agree with the call California's making.
So now Harris will have 2 sidecars here on 4th down. Looks like see Scott, Green, and Brown split out. And take the snap, back to pass. Harris looks, he wants Gary Brown, wide open is Gary Brown, touchdown, easy money for California.
I think that's twice now we've seen California on a 4th down and about 2 to 5 yards go all the way for a touchdown. The first time was Luke Smorey at Edinburgh. Now here at Lock Haven, California gets a score, and just like that, it's 20-10. California's doubled up the Bald Eagles. And if their defense can get a couple more stops, they can start to really run away with this.
And don't forget about, remember that Seton Hill big comeback game, 4th and 1, little screen pass to Gary Brown, took it 38 yards for the score here. He's got 2 already. Brazil on for the extra point. He is 3 for 3 in his extra points. And California's offense, unstoppable so far today here in the mountains of Lock Haven. 21-10 Vulcans. Stay tuned for more action here on CUTV.
Yes, I am. Give it to him hard. No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stab me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how. Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
And welcome back to Hubert Jack Stadium here as California's extended their lead to 21-10 over Lock Haven, and Gary Brown putting on a show so far through 2 quarters. And Brazil will be back here to kick it away for California. And it's a long kick here. Looks like it'll be taken here by Seif again. Seif gets it to the outside. Cuts back. Yeah, good tackle there. Brendan Edwards ball's out, but he will be spotted down. So break there for Lock Haven.
And what a tackle by Edwards on that play, being able to force that ball loose and going right for the knees of the return man. That was a great tackle. We've seen Edwards and Quentin Smith, both young guys, playing a little bit more recently on the defense. As you look here again, Seif, we'll see. Maybe it was a fumble, maybe it wasn't. We'll look. And yeah, he was definitely down. It looks like the ground, when he hit his elbow down, forced that fumble.
So now Lock Haven will start here, down 11 from their own 25-yard line. Bo Swales, the lone tailback for Lock Haven. As Walton goes back to pass here, and he hits his tight end there. That is Dennis. Dennis cuts it back upfield. He's got first down. Ed Moore, tough to bring down. That big body of Dennis, 6'4", 255, gets the first down.
And that's a big body moving, like you said. He picked up 13 yards to get the first down for the Bald Eagles. Last time, Bald Eagles went 3 and out. That was their first stalled drive of the game. Now we're seeing them pick up the first downs again.
Now pistol here on the new set of downs for Lock Haven. Walton, another play action. He looks, he fires, and good coverage there. Incomplete by Vondell Bell.
That was great coverage. Vondell Bell was coming behind the intended receiver, and Bell, he just threw his hand right in front of the ball at the last second. You'll see right there, his long arms, 6'4". He's got a great wingspan for a cornerback, being able to get his hand in there and knock the ball away.
That's his first year starting as well as a defensive back. So second down and 10. Malik Harris back in the game. A broken eye here as he will get the carry here. Goes up the middle, breaks a tackle. No, he gets tackled down there. Devontae Suber thought for a second there he was going to break it. That's what he's been doing all game, but great tackle there by Suber.
And Harris hops up. It's like, oh man, I almost had that one. Devontae Suber grabbed him by his shoelaces to pull him down on that tackle. Great play, saving a big gain by Suber.
Gain of 4. There will be third down and 6 here for Lock Haven. Failed to convert on third down in the last drive. And Walton will be out of the shotgun here with Harris as his sidecar. 3 receivers to the far side of the field, 1 to the near. That's Krupko. And Walton will take the snap here. Under pressure, gets the pass off, and the receiver gets popped. Incomplete. What a hit there by Jordan Bowman, lowering the boom there on David Cook.
And I think that's why I love watching Jordan Bowman. I think he's honestly my favorite player to watch on this defense, because not only is he a ball hawk, he's a heavy hitter. He kind of reminds me of like the old school way to play football. Go and hit a guy, jar the ball loose, and that's exactly what Bowman did. He's going to be a senior next year. He was a preseason All-American for most outlets before the year. He's put up the numbers to be a postseason All-American as well.
And Bowman also a state champion as well, 2011 state champion with Central Dauphiners. Aaron Terry takes the punt here, and he's going to return it. Cuts it back and gets tackled at about the California 34-yard line there. You mentioned Jordan Bowman. Reminds me of a player named Rontez Miles, who used to play here for the Vulcans and got his first start with the New York Jets this past Thursday, and he had 7 tackles.
Yeah, great showing by Rontez. As you look at the Cal schedule, 3 straight wins after 2 consecutive losses. Again, that IUP game, if California had beaten Indiana, we would be talking about California just hoping to secure their playoff berth instead of trying to get into the playoffs at that last seed, being 8th right now, trying to get into the 7th slot.
Now 2 stops here for the California defense here as this California, red-hot California offense with a chance here to extend the lead even more. As Harris will take the snap here, screen pass, Gary Brown. And Brown gets tackled there. That time gets tackled there. It'll be actually the mark it incomplete there. Looks like he had no possession there. Deron Lee there on the coverage.
That's very close. Honestly, if I was an official on the field, I might have ruled this a fumble because let's see, does Gary Brown make a football move, whatever you may define that as? I mean, that's very close. Yeah. That might be a fumble. In my eyes, at least, it is. California gets a lucky break there on that play.
So 12:43 left to go here. Second down and 10. He also would have lost a couple yards there as well if he would have recovered it. So Harrison out of the pistol. He'll go deep hand off the Wheeler. Wheeler cuts it back upfield and gets taken down after a couple of yards there. Tony Ballin, I believe that is one of his first tackles of this game here. It sets up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, we've not called his name allowed at least. He may have made some tackles we just didn't see, but that's the first one we can see. So we'll give him credit for the century mark in tackles for the 2015 season now.
So now 3rd down and 9 for California here. Lock Haven's offense has not stopped California at all today, and California has not punted since the Clarion game 2 weeks ago. He'll line up, Harris will line up here with Franklin as his sidecar. And he takes the snap, back to pass. He's got time, fires, he's got Kawan Scott in midfield, and he drops it. Kawan Scott drops the pass there, and California will indeed have to punt there, but you're Kawan Scott, you gotta catch that.
And Kawan Scott, he's had troubles fumbling the ball over the last couple of seasons, never dropping it though. This is a very rare occurrence. Kawan Scott, he watched this one all the way in. Looked like he may have turned his head the last second to start to run, and that's what caused him to lose focus and drop that ball. Looks like we're gonna see Kier back to punt.
Michael Kier, also the backup quarterback for the Vulcans. They've been using the tandem of Luke Smore, the 3rd receiver for the Vulcans, and Kier. And it's worked out pretty well. Kier gets this one off here. A high wobbly kick, and see it's going to take a big California bounce. Oh, that's going to really travel. Lock Haven's going to be backed up very far here. Look at that. That's going to roll.
6.
Wow, what a punt there by Michael Kier. And remember, Luke Smore got Special Team Player of the Week after an 80-yard punt against IEP. But here's Lock Haven's schedule. You can see all the losses piling up, but look how close those games were. East Stroudsburg, Seton Hill, Shippensburg.
Yeah, and Kutztown only 14 points. I think, honestly, Lock Haven probably should have beaten Bloomsburg. They probably could have beaten East Stroud. That could have given you 4 wins in the year. And we were talking before the game, this team is set up for success next season, I think. If Lock Haven gets 4 or 5 wins next year, that's a fantastic season by the Bald Eagles, a program that's really been below 2 losses every year over the last decade or so.
And it could be the next Clarion, as this pass is incomplete here on 1st down. Looked like he was looking for Cook there, and good coverage there by Bowman.
Yeah, you speak about Clarion, we cannot go without saying the job that they've done this year. Picked to finish last in the West, and they rattle off 7 straight wins. They're 7-3 now. We'll see how they finish up against Kutztown, but you have to believe Chris Weibel's coach of the year.
Oh, no question about it. 2nd down and 10. Walton here, and looks like it got batted down at the line of scrimmage there for California. We're up 3rd and 10.
California now. If you can get a stop here, this is going to really set Lock Haven's punt unit in a bad situation because the wind is blowing at them. So the ball's only going to travel back farther towards them, and they're already set up at their 6-yard line after a 58-yard punt from Michael Kier.
Looks like California showed blitz there for a second before Walton stopped to get his play from the sideline there.
I'd like to see Jawan Turner maybe get one from the outside. We saw that a lot last year, not as much this season.
3rd down and 10. Walton takes the snap in his own end zone, tries to get out of it, gets Harris out in the flat. Harris tackled out of bounds there by Arnell Farmer, and California gets that stop they need.
He gets through the 11, so a little bit more room to work with for Lock Haven's punt team, because traditionally you want about 15 yards between the long snapper and the punter. So this is going to set number 39, Bryce Stambaugh, in the end zone, about the front of the end zone right now, maybe a few yards deep. Aaron Terry standing in his own 45.
And last year against Lock Haven, Gary Brown returned a punt against this Lock Haven team. And here comes California. California, it'll be a false start, so Lock Haven's going to be pushed back where
there
they
goes
were.
That 5 yards they just
wow.
gained.
False start.
So now they're going to be backed up, back right at the 6-yard line, right exactly where they were to start this drive.
And this goes against Mike Williams, the senior defensive back from Whitehall. So that will lose the 5 yards, and now Stambaugh is going to have to be punting from basically the back of his end zone. And I misspoke. Terry's not on his own 45. He's on Lock Haven's 45-yard line. California's going to have great position on this punt.
Unless Stambaugh can get a great punt here. High snap. Here they come. He gets drilled on the play. Just like last week, California's going to get a roughing the punter penalty. And again, but I don't even know, there's something really they could do about it. It was a big rush. They couldn't stop themselves.
I don't know if it's roughing, running into the kicker, but that's one of those penalties that, I mean, what do you expect the player to do? In midair, dive out of the way?
Yeah.
That's impossible. So that's one of those kind of penalties that it is a penalty, and I'm not arguing with it, but I'm arguing with the sense of how can the player avoid that penalty?
You really can't. Well, running would be a 5-yard penalty. Roughing's a new, personal foul, automatic new set of downs for Lock Haven. And California would have been set up in Bald Eagle territory here.
And they're talking with the Lock Haven coaching staff right now. They're setting the punt unit out. This is going to be running into the punter.
That's a good call. It's a good call because you're right. They couldn't stop the momentum. It wasn't intentional what they were doing here. Because look, yeah, like I couldn't see who that was there that clipped him, but
he dove for the ball and Stanbaugh kind of landed on it.
Yeah.
There's nothing he can do.
So California gets a break here, and they'll try this again. Basically, I believe they're getting the 5 yards they lost with the false start penalty.
All right, so basically about a 15-yard back and forth situation there. But I agree with the running into the punter penalty because that, he ran into the punter. Basically, that's all you could say. But roughing the punter, I don't think so.
So Stanbaugh from his end zone once again. And gets this one off there. Decent kick. Terry makes the catch at about the Lock Haven 46-yard line there. And he ran up there, almost a little scary there. He's got a Lock Haven defender bearing down on him. But California's offense, good start here. Actually, we'll see where they spot it. Right now they have the football at the Lock Haven 41-yard line here.
And Aaron Terry coming up and fielding that punt. Like you said, it was scary. I mean, he kind of darted out like a little cannonball and came up and catch that ball. If he missed it and it went the other direction, Lock Haven had a man there, and he had a lot of room to run the other way.
So now they'll spot it at the Bald Eagle 45-yard line here with 10:36 left here in the first half. Harris, first time we see the 3 men in the backfield formation here. And Harris will go back to pass. He looks, he fires, incomplete there, but a penalty flag. Kawan Scott had a lot of coverage there from Mike Williams.
Now it looks like this might be holding against Lock Haven, so this is going to be a little bit of a positive play here for California. They actually call pass interference.
Call pass interference, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down for California here. So that should put them at the Lock Haven 30-yard line here. And for anything that this California offense, the Lock Haven defense just trying to do any way they can to stop this California offense. And honestly, the stop they got on the last drive was Kawan Scott dropping the ball on third down.
It's California has stopped themselves. And when we talk about the expression Clemson beating Clemson, that's the only way California's going to be stopped is if they beat themselves.
So now this time, Wheeler is the lone tailback here, in the broken eye formation here. Harris, he'll go to Wheeler. Wheeler gets it back upfield, following his blockers, gets to about the 22-yard line here. Looks like a gain of 8 there for the freshman on first down, sets him up with a 2nd down and 2.
And Wheeler, again, just chugging his legs. He's a very small running back, but he's a beefy guy. I'm not saying that like he's out of shape. He's a walking muscle, it looks like, from where we're at. Kind of looking like him in the mold of Maurice Jones-Drew for the Jaguars.
Although I think a little bit taller than Maurice Jones-Drew.
Yeah, Maurice Jones-Drew, a very small guy.
So now 2nd down and 1. They'll actually give him a gain of 9 here. Low snap. Wheeler, he's going to get the first down and more. Cut it to the right side. Needs one more blocking in the end zone and gets tackled at about the Lock Haven 8-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Vulcans.
And Jimmy Wheeler just continuing to run. And California has to be close to 100 rushing yards this game already. And again, Lock Haven gives up almost 200 rushing yards a game. That's how California's going to win. James Harris, he's hit the passes he's needed to, but he's really relied on this run game, and it's been working.
And Lock Haven really hasn't gotten that push on the plays. There's been a lot of space for the California runners to at least get 1 yard out of it. So 1st down and goal from the 7. It's Wheeler again. Breaks a couple tackles, shakes off the defender, still going, falls forward to about the 5-yard line. So he will get 2 on the play. But a lot of great effort there because he threw out about 3 guys.
Yeah, we'll have 2nd and goal about the 5-yard line.
Franklin's coming into the game for California here, so he's looking to make it touchdown in every single game. I believe that is the first time any Cal running back has ever done that. Because Roberson had a long streak last year.
Yeah, Roberson went, I think, like the 2 games at the beginning of the season without scoring, though.
And it brings you back to the days when California had Antoine Bagwell. And this is Franklin. Cuts it back upfield, close to the goal line, down to the 1. So close to getting the end zone here. It'll be a 3rd down and goal situation from the 1 for California.
I'm interested to see It looks like Cal is bringing in Brandon Bowman. And last week, Bowman, we've not called his name a lot this year. Last week was the first time we saw where Bowman would come in as a fullback, and he's a big guy. Kind of like Ryan McCauley, but imagine maybe smaller. And he is a great lead blocker for Franklin. He got him 2 touchdowns last week.
Yeah, I formation here for California. 3rd and goal for the run. Here's Franklin. Touchdown! End the streak every single game this year. John Franklin has scored in.
And John Franklin, last year he carried the ball 4 times. And when Nick Grissom went down with a torn ACL in spring ball, people thought, okay, this run game gonna have some questions around it. Well, John Franklin scoring in every game. Jimmy Wheeler running the way he has, and Derek Fiore really stepping up into his role. This run game for California, when they get Nick Grissom back, it may be the best in the PSAC.
And here Brazil, 4 for 4 with extra points, in California now 21 unanswered after falling behind 10-7. The Vulcans lead 28-10 midway through the 2nd quarter. Stay tuned for more action here on CUTV.
Complete news, entertainment, and sports coverage from around the area, region, and nation is found right here on CUTV News Center every Thursday at 5 p.m. with anchors Jennifer Germano, Zach Prosba, entertainment with Mike Mays, and sports with Matt Hagee. Follow us on YouTube, CUTV News Center, and on Twitter, CUTV_PA, for your complete rebroadcast of your Vulcan sports. News Center airs every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Armstrong and Atlantic Broadband.
And welcome back here to Hubert Jack Stadium, where the California Vulcans, with 8:04 left here in the first half, has extended their lead over Lock Haven 28-10, 21 unanswered points. As Brazil kicks this one away here, looks like Williams will return this one for the Bald Eagles. And gets tripped up there. Looks like, I cannot see who that was, but tripped him up there for California. I believe it was Vincent Alimenti, and there's a penalty flag that came in late.
That is Alimenti. We've called his name a couple times in the last few weeks.
What's the penalty on, though?
This might be like a sideline warning, maybe a little bit of a late celebration.
Alimenti, there's a flag on the play.
So we'll see what that is. It did come out, and it went towards the California sideline here.
It also could be against Lock Haven based on where it's thrown at. But I didn't see anything. I was looking at the play. It was away from the ball, so we'll see.
It was well after Williams was tackled there by Alimenti, but huge discussion here. 7:58 left here in the 2nd quarter. And we were looking at some scores here during the break, but New Haven taking lead over Assumption so far in the 2nd quarter, 7-3.
And I just checked in the beginning of the 3rd quarter, Bloomsburg winning 14-7 over Seton Hill, but Seton Hill did just pick off a pass to Kelly.
Yeah, Seton Hill, that's a game I looked at in Bloomsburg. There could have been some real issues with the Pat there.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness.
No call, unnecessary roughness against California.
15-yard penalty.
I don't understand that. I didn't see anything. I did not
going against number 35. That's Nigel Garnett. I didn't see anything.
Yeah, that's questionable.
And you know that first quarter took 38 minutes to play. The first 7 minutes of this quarter have taken 23 minutes. It's been a very slow-moving game so far.
A lot of offense, and now Lock Haven here will get decent starting field position here. Looks like he'll spot it at the 33-yard line. And Walton here will hand it to Harris. Got a lane from him. Look at Harris go up the middle. Gets to about midfield there. Tackled by Aaron Terry. I think Terry would have saved the touchdown there.
Yeah, Aaron Terry, we've seen him a couple times save touchdowns this year. Most notably against Bloomsburg, Lawrence Elliott Jr. was looking like he was going in the end zone, and Terry came over to save 4 points.
And Lock Haven quickly back to work. Here's Harris again, going up the middle. This time California, better job defending the tailback there. Gain of about 3 on the play, bring up 2nd down and 7.
Suber in on the tackle for California.
Lock Haven quickly back to the line again here, trying to continue success. Here's Walton here, read option. Walton's got 1st down and more. Gets tackled there out of his feet there by Chaz Veal, and good tackle there by Veal because Walton had a lot of lane in front of him there, and I believe a flag came out late again.
Yeah, there is a late flag. I don't know what this one's going to be. I was watching the handoff and the read option play in the backfield and watching Walton run.
After the play, personal foul, late hit.
And another personal foul on Cal.
That's against
What is-
Wendell Bell.
What is going on?
I mean, California's been doing this all season,
Yeah.
and then they corrected it, and now they're getting called for these kind of penalties again. This is going to put Lock Haven inside the 20, first and 10 at the 18-yard line with 7:20 to go in the second.
And it looked like California was going to start to run away with this game, but a couple of personal foul penalties have put Lock Haven deep in
It
California.
seems that's how every week goes.
Yeah.
California will run away, and then a team will come back.
Yep. Even they had trouble closing out Mercyhurst last week here. This time another penalty flag. Looks like that'll be a false start here on the Bald Eagles.
False start. Offense number 2.
So a lot of laundry starting to pile up here in this game here. 7:06 left here in the first half.
At this point, Lock Haven, all the penalties they've had, they've kind of shot themselves in the foot a couple times with all their penalties that they've accrued in this quarter alone, especially on that one punt situation before.
Walton here. And he'll keep it himself, and California was not fooled that time in the read option. Looks like that was Jawan Turner there with the stop.
Yeah, it's kind of fool me once, shame on me, but you can't fool me twice in this situation. The read option, it's a great little fold in an offense, but if you do it too much, teams are going to be able to start to predict where you're going to go.
It'll be a 2nd down and 17 now after a 1st down 10 for California, for Lock Haven. Walton back to pass. He's got time. Looking for his receiver, incomplete there. He's looking for Seif. And the coverage there by the senior, Chaz Veal.
Chaz Veal, I mean, we could go on for about an hour talking about Chaz Veal and this defense. Last week, getting the clinching pick. And we call him the real deal for a reason. He's been a very good contributor for this defense over the last few
speaking
seasons.
of Chaz Veal, he's calling the medical staff on here because he's taking a knee there. He did fall at the end of the play.
Might be a wind knocked out of him. Might just pulled a little something, tweaked it. That's disappointing, especially in what could be his final game.
And he's taking a seat now on the ground there. But yeah, couldn't see what happened, but he did take it because he was he kept crouching over before the play started, and finally looks like he needed to get the athletic training staff, the great athletics training staff California has here. 6:28 left here in the first half.
And you would know about that athletic training staff. You were a former AT major before coming over to the comm studies. We convinced you to join our ranks, but
yeah, it was a great decision. But here, Chaz Veal is going to be helped off here on his own power, so good sight to see. He looks like he'll probably miss a play or two and maybe come back depending what the injury is. But now 3rd down and 17 for Lock Haven. And after a big, they were set up at the around 20-yard line. They got that false start penalty, and then the Walton got stopped in the backfield here, so it's backed them up here. Walton will have an empty backfield here.
And this is one of the first times we've seen Walton with an empty set, 5 receivers.
3rd down and 17. And looks like California might have jumped here. This could be a free play. Walton's going to throw it up. Has his man. That's his tight end, Devon Dennis. But believe Lock Haven should have the 1st down here after that penalty.
Well, no, because offsides is applied before the play.
Oh, okay.
So Lock Haven has a decision to make. Do you get the 5 yards and make it 3rd and 12 or 4th and 2 and go for it maybe? That's a decision because, honestly, I may decide for the 3rd down again and see if I can pick it up because you've been moving your offense all day.
So we'll see what it is here. Is the offsides. It is declined, so we'll be 4th and 2 here. And Lock Haven staying on the field, right call to make.
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with that decision. I just think in 3rd down, maybe if you find an open hole, you have more room to get to the end zone. Now on 4th and 2, you have 11 yards between you and the end zone. Empty set again. California's defense has played pretty well.
And right call to make to keep the offense there on the field. And they'll have 4 receivers split to the near side of the field and 1 to the far. That's his tight end, Dennis.
And Cameron Tarver made a move like he's ready to come after Walton. Look for him on this play.
Also an empty backfield. Watch Walton with his legs. Back to pass. Walton, he's going to scramble. Trying to cut it back upfield. Loses the football. California ball. Caleb Walton fumbles. He would have had the 1st down, I think, but regardless, it's California football.
Yeah, he would have had the ball, and it is California ball. They just conferred, and it's a fumble. And we'll see here. Walton needed to get to about the 9, and he had it, and he lost the ball, and that is a fumble. He was not down yet, and looks like that is Suber who came up with the fumble.
But now California is going to be backed up on their own 1-yard line here, so they're going to have to be pretty careful. They already had one safety forced against them this year against Edinburgh.
And we see a lot of safeties in our high school football game of the week. I mean, I feel like it was 3 or 4 straight weeks where we saw this situation end up in a safety.
So now Harris will line up out of the pistol here with Franklin right behind him. And Harris will play action this time. He's got time. He's looking for Gary Brown, and he incomplete.
That would have been a great catch.
Oh my goodness, the ball kind of died there. Brown had a step on his defender, and I could not see who that was covering there, but he was able to adjust and able to force the incompletion.
That was Deron Lee on coverage. They just announced over the PA system, but you mentioned that ball kind of died. I think the wind might have caught it and kind of slowed it down, and Gary Brown had to come back to it, and that's what kind of led him off his trajectory. If that ball was in front of him, he would have been gone.
This time will be handoff to Franklin, just gets out and gives California a little bit more breathing room, gets to about the 4-yard line, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 7. So California here pretty much need the first down here, because then Lock Haven could get good field position.
Well, the only thing that helps is
the wind.
The wind, exactly. And Keir has been very good at getting punts to bounce the other direction, kind of end over end that make them go a little bit further downfield. But Lock Haven, they could set up a great return off a punt.
So 3rd down and 6 from the Cal 5-yard line. Harris lining up in the end zone. He'll roll to the right here. Looks downfield, has Smorey open, but it's too far, incomplete. He had Smorey open, but that one's on Harris.
Yeah, Harris just leading his receiver a little too much. You see him roll out to the right, and Harris usually very good when he does this. That baseball player mentality came through, though, and he tried to lead his guy, and just barely missed. We'll see Keir, his heels on his own end line. Return man for Lock Haven at the Cal 45.
And that is Seif there. You'll have to be careful. Low snap. Keir just gets it off. It's a short, wobbly kick. Seif will come up there, and Lock Haven's going to start at the California 35-yard line.
And there's a flag on this play. This might be going against Lock Haven. That ruins their field position, but we'll see in a second. This might be a holding on LH.
And that would greatly help California here, because Lock Haven's a lot of yards in the end zone there after the fumble. See what the officials conferring about here. 4:51 left, and for California here, they played that bend but not break defense on that last drive. They led Lock Haven with the personal fouls, able to recover from that.
There's no foul for a hold.
And they're not calling a foul for any hold.
Okay, so that's going to give Lock Haven great position then.
So 4:51 left here. Lock Haven a chance here. California does get the ball to start the second half. So the receivers changing positions there. Believe that is Krupko and also Cook. Walton, go hand to Harris. Cuts it back upfield, breaks a couple tackles, very elusive, gets to about the 30-yard line, gain of 5 on the play. And Harris, I mean, he's got some great vision.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's been a play where he hasn't cut back and been able to find open lanes from the California defense when they come up and try and stop him behind the line.
And now Lock Haven going with a wildcat formation here. Walton ran off to the sideline here. And now I believe then he gets stopped.
That was Turner.
Great.
Or no, that was Baker.
Looks like Baker and Turner there on the stop. And Justin Baker, I mentioned 2 weeks ago against Erie, ran into his mom, really proud of him. Ran into her again. She stopped over and said hi, so I really appreciate that. And her son's been making some great plays this past couple of weeks.
Yeah, he's turned on his play. Well, I expect him to make a jump next season.
So 3rd down and 2. Walton back here, an empty set here. Same formation he lined up with on the 4th and 2. So now he's taking his time. He takes the snap. Back to pass. He looks, and it's caught.
What a catch.
What a catch there for Lock Haven. Can't see who that is there. Looks like is number 11. That is Farrell Boyd.
What a catch.
That's
I mean,
a great
Boyd was in
catch.
air, adjusted himself and caught that pass that was a little overthrown behind him.
Whoa, California came with a full-out blitz there. Mistimed the snap. Walton's going to run around here, throw to the end zone.
Oh, my.
And incomplete. My goodness, that would have been an incredible touchdown there. Walton ran in circles.
They're calling offsides against Cal.
I mean, California looked like I believe it was Corey Bopp there, tried to jump through the line, but he mistimed it. He was already in the backfield when he snapped it. So it was basically a freak play, almost ended in a touchdown.
And, I mean, if that play had ended in a touchdown, I mean, all the credit goes in the world to Walton to escaping. Looked like Johnny Manziel, the way he's moving in the backfield, escaping Turner. And unfortunately for Turner, he's just not that quick.
He's looking for David Cook, I believe, there, who dropped the pass. But
and good play by Edwards. As soon as that ball popped up, he didn't go for it. He tipped it out.
Definitely a good play from the 4-yard line now of California. Lock Haven looking to get their first score in about a full quarter. He'll take the snap, back the pass, looks, has his man, and good tackle there. Believe that's Terry. Brings him down for a loss.
Yeah, maybe a loss of a yard on the play, so it's going to bring up 2nd and goal, 3 minutes left. Walton led that slant immediately, and Terry, a great jump on that play.
Looks like we're going to see Malik Harris re-enter the game here at tailback. He scored the only touchdown Lock Haven has so far in this game with 2:49 left here in the first half. Walton getting the play from his sideline here, taking their time. And California will have some time here to move downfield. And the way the offense has been moving, got a lot of time in the world to get a possible score before the break. Walton, play action, looks around, pressured. He's going to throw, touchdown. Walton again using his legs. This time he finds Krupko for the touchdown.
And I think there is a flag on this play. There is. This might be going against Lock Haven. There's a flag right in the middle between the two lines at the line of scrimmage. 2:21 left. This touchdown, I think, is coming back.
An eligible receiver downfield, and Lock Haven gets the touchdown wiped off the board.
Oh, look here on this replay. I think they were saying that there was a lineman blocking downfield before Walton had thrown the pass, and that can't happen. So now it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 10 instead of the 5, and wipes off 7 points.
Now Walton will try again here.
Lock Haven has really been using the play clock to their advantage, going down to about 2 seconds before they snap the ball.
And considering what they've been running normally, a hurry-up offense here. Walton takes the snap. He looks, tries to scramble away. He will take it himself. Trying to go for the corner, gets knocked out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. Walton using his legs to get 7 yards. It sets up a 3rd and goal.
And that was Isaiah Scott running over to bring him down about the 4-yard line, so 3rd and goal. And Isaiah Scott, he was coming really fast. Lucky he let go of Walton before he was out of bounds, so that could have been a late hit penalty.
Now Walton here with Harris as his sidecar here on 3rd and goal from the 4. Again, taking down, another reason, probably take time off so California doesn't have a lot of time to work down the field.
But remember, Cal gets the ball to start the 2nd half, so.
Pistol now, Walton, play action, end zone, and touchdown.
He did get a foot in. I was waiting to see what they would call. If they had called it the other way, I would have argued that this call should have been a touchdown. We'll look at the replay in a second. So that's 13. That looks like that's Seif on the score. We'll look in the back of the end zone. When you look at Seif's feet, you'll slow it down.
Yep,
and he did get that right
Good
foot
catch.
down on the end line before he went out of bounds.
A good catch there, and Lock Haven gets a touchdown here. 1:40 left here, and we'll get the extra point off. That one is good. Lock Haven getting a touchdown, cutting into the California lead. It's 28-17 with 1:40. Stay tuned for the rest of the first half here on CUTV.
The Multimedia Access Center is an open lab where California University students can work on an assignment, attend a workshop, print a document for class, or take advantage of a variety of services such as large format printing, web development, and graphic design. Located in the renovated Natali Student Center across from the student bookstore, the Mac Lab is also your home for OrgSync support and services. For hours of operation or for more information, stop by the Mac Lab, visit our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
And welcome back to Hubert Jack Stadium. As you see a nice shot of the town of Lock Haven there. It's driving through the town. And I was here 5 years ago actually on a college visit, and I don't remember much of the town, but it's a pretty nice little town nestled up here in central PA.
Yeah, this is my first time coming to Lock Haven. We've passed by it a lot on our way to Bloomsburg, but we've never stopped here since Lock Haven moved to the East Division away from the West when the conference was realigned when Seton Hill joined. It's a very nice place to visit, though.
And here's a booming kick here. Wheeler will take it, drop it, and looks like he'll probably, we'll take it out.
Well, he had to.
He had to. Wheeler gets to about the 12-yard line here. So California has 1:35 to work with here to try and get some points before halftime there. But that was a booming kick there.
Yeah, and the reason I said he had to is because Wheeler bobbled it, and he was out when he bobbled it. So if he went in and then took a knee, that's a safety. It would have given Lock Haven the ball, too, with 1:34 left.
So smart play there by Wheeler. And with California's offense here, they had 3 and out last time when they were backed up their own 1-yard line here, but they have a lot of time the way this offense has been moving. They'll start from their own 14. Harris, play action. Be screen. Gary Brown's got some blockers here. Makes a move inside, gets cut down about the 21. Believe that's Williams there on the stop.
Gary Brown, he's had a couple touchdowns today, putting up another great effort. He had a chance to go over 1,000 receiving yards today. If he has not yet done that, he has to be extremely close.
Harris here, 2nd down and 3. Low snap. Back to pass, he looks. Pocket collapses on him. Now Harris is going to take off. He's going to get a 1st down, and he'll get out of bounds to stop the clock. So James Harris, they've really let him run the ball this past month, and he's made the most out of it.
And he's actually a better athlete than I thought he was. But the only complaint I have is you don't want him to get hurt when he's running the ball. And he's taken a couple heavy hits when he's done this that he could have come up and had been a little bit of pain. You don't want to overuse his legs. You'd rather see him throw the ball with his arm.
59 seconds left here in the first half. Harris from his 36-yard line looks for Smorey, who makes the catch in Lock Haven territory, falls forward to about the Bald Eagle 42-yard line. And California making a lot of work so far in a little time. And a timeout for California. They also, I believe, they have all 3 timeouts too, so they have a lot to work with here.
Yeah, now they're set up in Lock Haven territory at the 42-yard line. That last play to Smorey, a little bit of a skinny post coming up on his route. He fell making that catch as he had to extend for it, but able to stay up and get inside the Lock Haven 45-yard line.
And Smorey had that 75-yard touchdown, the first play of the game. And Zach, we're going to take a look at one of our social media platforms we love to use, at CUTV_PA. So give us a follow there. And we both love Twitter, and it's a great way to interact with us and interact with all the many shows we do here on CUTV as well.
Yeah, high school roundup, our final show will be Tuesday. And basketball season starting up this week. Right now, actually, the Cal women, the defending national champions, are playing against Notre Dame College. In the first quarter, they're up 14-13. Sierra Barrett getting the first points of the new season.
And playing some great volleyball as well. I give a shout out to the Cal volleyball team, clinching the final spot out of the PSAC West, considering that nightmare start to the season. It's been a great story. So now Harris and his offense 41 yards away from the end zone here with 52 seconds left in the half. Harris Back to pass. He looks he's going to take it himself again. Breaks a tackle and gets a block there by Fiore. So Harris close to the first down there.
Now I'm starting to wonder, with the number 5 on his back, did Cal maybe trade away Harris for Caleb Walton the way he's running the ball? This is something, do you wonder now with seeing how Harris can run the ball? Should Cal have maybe put this in our offense before the last few weeks, and it might have helped them a little bit?
And we really saw it. He had a 13-yard read option touchdown against the Gannon Golden Knights 2 weeks ago. So let's set up a 2nd down and 1 here. 43 seconds left. And Derek Fiore is his sidecar. Low snap. Fiore gets the ball. He's going to cut it to the right side. Bounces it out, trying to run by his defenders. Does, and runs out of bounds at about the Lock Haven 18-yard line here. 37 seconds left, and a good run there by Derek Fiore.
In California, they're going back to the ground. They have plenty of time to be able to do it, and 2 timeouts in case they're tackled in bounds, but they're getting to the sideline every time, so they don't have to. They're keeping all the time with them. California's offense, the defense leaves a little bit to be desired, but the offense is clicking in all cylinders.
Now 1st down and 10 from the 18-yard line. They have a chance to get a score here before the half, and they get the ball in the second half, as we mentioned. Another low snap. Harris will roll out to the left. Fires. He's got his man. Luke Smorey for the touchdown. California.
Wow, Smorey just going up, and then he quickly turned the corner to the out route. And Harris rolling out helped this route because it's more of a straight line throw instead of trying to go into the corner, which Harris has struggled with this year, maybe getting passes intercepted. It gave the Lock Haven defender less time to react to that route and maybe jump it for the turnover.
So now after Lock Haven scored, California have an answer in less than a minute. They went 86 yards. Ball spotted, kicks away, and William Brazil is 5 for 5 in his extra points. So 30 seconds left here in the second half. California getting a big score before halftime. Stay tuned for the last 30 seconds of the first half here on CUTV.
Save preset 1 for Cal U's best music. More music in the car, more music in the door, more music everywhere. This is 91.9 WCAL Power 92. The home of the Vulcan Nation, playing Cal U's best music. 91.9 WCAL. WCAL Power 92.
And welcome back here to Hubert Jack Stadium as we have the final 30 seconds left here in the first half. And it's very cold out today, Zach. I know you and I bundling up big, and that guy down there is pretty prepared.
Yeah, I'm from the South. I don't do well in cold, but I'm actually not that bad right now. My hands are a little chilly, though.
And a little miscommunication there on the return. It was a squib kick there by Brazil. And a huge pile here. It looks like won't have any late personal fouls there, but I believe Josh Page looked like he wrestled a guy to the ground there.
And that's a guy we've not called his name in a while. Josh Page kind of been jumped on the depth chart at cornerback. You can even see Brendan Edwards come out of that pile as well. And Matt, something we talked about during the break is we kind of see why Lock Haven is 2-8. The offense is amazing. We have to give credit where credit is due. That offense is really good. The defense, though, there's no pressure on Harris. The coverage in the secondary has been lackluster.
No push up front to stop the run either.
Yeah, if Lock Haven can improve their defense just enough, this team could be really good next year.
So now with 25 seconds left, Walton will line up out of the pistol here from zone 26. And avoids the defender there, throws downfield, intercepted by Jordan Bowman. And Jordan Bowman's gonna run with the ball, get tackled at the 38-yard line there, and Walton threw it right at Bowman.
Yeah, Walton overthrew his intended receiver. Well, hold on, there's a flag. There's a flag. This one looks like it might be on Lock Haven. Cal's offense is coming on the field, but let's see.
Illegal forward pass.
And illegal for Walton was past the line of scrimmage. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense because he was really ahead of the play there when he threw the ball. I thought he was going to run it.
I thought he was too, and when he stepped up, an illegal forward pass. if you have any part of your body behind the line of scrimmage when you throw, it's okay. But he was very close. Either way, the interception stands for California. Well, let's see. 15 and a half seconds.
37 yards
timeouts.
away. They have time. They have 2 timeouts. And
you
Harris,
can see California at least get a field goal here.
And Harris has the arm to go to the end zone as well here. So now, maybe see if they can get one here. Harris rolls to the right, trying to follow his blockers. He's going to take it himself instead and run out of bounds here. 8 seconds left here. And that's still about out of Brazil's range. There's a bald eagle down on the
He's
field.
grabbing his shoulder. That does not look good for him.
Can't see who he is there, but Harris really had nothing to work with there. So, believe with 8 seconds left, Cal probably will go with a shot to the end zone here.
But with those 2 timeouts, you could throw over the middle of the field, call a timeout quickly, and send out the field goal unit.
Very true. So we'll see. We cannot see who that is, but so, and with California here, it's amazing to think that he even add some more points on, and we thought Lock Haven would here, and I believe that is number 54.
That's 50, yeah, that is 54.
Dalvin Williams. He is listed on the depth chart as a backup to Tony Ballin. Actually, no, I'm sorry, that is number 56, Aaron Hepburn. He's a junior starting linebacker. But he's walked off on his own power, looking to be okay. Great sight to see there. And now California with 8 seconds. Work with here. It's going to have to be a laser quick pass and fall down to get a timeout called here and maybe try to get in the field goal unit on the field here. But here is Harris out of the shotgun. And back to pass. He looks. Oh, he's going to the end zone.
That's
for Kawan Scott. Contact downfield, incomplete.
Honestly, that might have been offensive interference if they had called anything, because Kawan Scott kind of shoved Duran Lee down and tried for that ball. Now you got 3 seconds. You have to go to the end zone if you're Cal.
And that was the play they ran right there. So instead of going with a short pattern, trying to get a field goal, I mean, why not? I mean, why not go for 6? And you don't know with that wind. I mean, and Brazil struggled with field goals, especially when it's been windy out.
Timeout, Cal.
So Cal will take a timeout here. One last play, so Coach Keller trying to set something up here. And Cal has not had a Hail Mary on the last play of the game touchdown since the Snow Bowl, or Cold Bowl in IEP, where it was Peter Lawless throwing to Josh Gumbert.
Yeah, and I've seen plenty of highlights of that play. That was, I think, a year or 2 before I came to Cal.
I think it was a year. It was 2011. So, so look, you see how old I am. So.
Yeah, we're both seniors, so we have a lot of memories under our belts of Cal football. And, you know, we've both not seen a Hail Mary. Why not now?
Well, we saw it in the high school ranks this year.
Frazier.
Frazier in best center, and congratulations to the Frazier Commodores. Any Frazier high school alums or parents watching, congratulations, District 7 semis. And the first time, I think that's the first time, Whitfield semifinal. You know, I'm calling it districts because I'm from Eastern PA. We could refer to District 3 out in my area. So
yeah.
Whitfield semi. But regardless, congratulations to Frazier. Great story.
Yeah, the eastern part of the state's a little different than the west, I guess. I mean, I'm from the south, so I don't know any better.
So now one last shot to the end zone here. And Harris back to pass. He looks. He's going for the end zone again.
He's got Kawan
Scott. And broken up there by Lee. And that's how we will go to the break there. Very close, but no cigar for the Vulcans, but still a 35-17 lead, Zach.
Yeah, Cal's offense has looked good. Their defense has improved a little bit from the first quarter, but Lock Haven, their offense is very dangerous. This one is definitely not over.
So California gets the ball to start in the second half. Stay tuned for the second half here on CUTV with the Vulcans leading 35-17.
First published in the 1880s, the California Times is the oldest student media at California University. Circulating 3,000 issues weekly on campus and in the surrounding community, the Times' mission is to deliver fair and balanced news to the student population of California University. All students are welcome to be a part of the California Times. Our offices are located in the Natali Student Union. Keep up to date with the Times online at www.caltimes.org, Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.
And welcome back to Hubert Jack Stadium. As we're about to kick off the second half here between the California Vulcans and the Lock Haven Bald Eagles. California leading 35-17 here. And my name is Matt Hagee. Alongside me is Zach Prosman. Zach, the halftime stats right here, I mean, it starts with offense and it ends with offense.
Yeah, the rushing totals for both of these teams, 153 for Cal, 131 for Lock Haven. It's all been a ground game. Yet this game hasn't gone much faster than it has. Time of possession actually a little bit closer than what Cal usually is at, because Lock Haven is running that no-huddle system as well. And the penalties have really factored in this one as well. Cal, 6 penalties, 58 yards. Lock Haven, 5 for 35. If both teams can cut down on the penalties, I think this game will kind of accelerate more and maybe pick up some tempo in the second half. I think that's what really the first half lacked. It was just some rhythm and tempo between both teams, not really kind of changing and trading some blows against each other.
And we'll take a look at some highlights here. California, first touchdown of the game came from the senior, Derek Fiore.
Yeah, Derek Fiore, a nice little outcut touchdown. And then here, though, Harris. He went up the middle, saw the vision of the outside, and just ran the rest of the necessary yards to get into the end zone. And then here, James Harris, the record breaker to Kawan Scott, now the all-time leading receiver in California PA history. The record may not stand long, though, because of Gary Brown, as you see here. Gary Brown getting the score, one of his first 2 on the day. The second one coming up shortly, actually looks to be right here. As
Fourth
Gary
down,
Brown,
too.
Yeah, that was 4th and 5. Gary Brown going up the field on a seam route, getting open, separation, and then John Franklin scored in every single game for the Vulcans this year. He has 16 touchdowns on the year. One of the best scorers in the PSAC this season.
And you can see Lock Haven there getting a nice, that was a great catch there by Seif, Sean Seif. And then Harris here stepping up in the pocket, throwing, finding Luke Smore. That's his second straight week with a touchdown. And here right before half, Caleb Walton threw an interception, almost set Cal up with a chance to get another touchdown, but the pass was batted down as time expired. Harris was looking for Kawan Scott here. So get ready to start the second half here. The Vulcans will start with the football. And the way Lock Haven's defense has been going, that's probably the last thing they want to hear and kick off to California here to start again. Wheeler and Veal back to deep to return. Here, possibly 15 minutes of the regular season here for both of these teams. The Boomery for Lock Haven kicks this one deep one away here. Looks like Wheeler will take it about the 4-yard line, and here he comes. Wheeler gets dragged down, ripped down. They'll give him forward progress, I would think, around the 16-yard line there. Good coverage there by the Bald Eagles.
They're actually putting him at the 20. Really good spot. I don't even think he broke the 20-yard line. Very good spot. Basically what would be the equivalent of a touchback for the Vulcans. In a decent position as we start the third quarter.
And on that last touchdown drive, they didn't even need a minute to go 86 yards. So California here, you like to think that they're going to come out with a heavy dose of the ground game.
Yeah, especially when you have guys like Wheeler and Fiore and Franklin. Fiore possibly playing the last 30 minutes of his career as a Vulcan. You'd like to see him get involved.
And play action here. Low throw here. Kawan Scott juggles it and catches it, but he's going to lose a lot of yards here. Almost would have came down to the fact if he would have dropped that, but he lost a lot of yards in that.
And tell you what, he may have kind of ruined his record there with the all-time leading receiver. Lost 8 yards on that play, 7 yards actually. They're marking it. He needed 9 coming into the game. I think he had like about a maybe 15 to 20-yard catch, so jeopardizing that.
Well, I think they're going, yeah, but he had 2 catches, but he does have 2 catches, and he still does have the record here. So now 2nd down and 17. Harris back to pass. He looks, he fires, going for Scott again. This time he's got it in stride. Here goes Kawan Scott, one man to beat. It'll be a touchdown, California. Kawan Scott redeems himself, and California, the big play. Harris to Scott, we've seen that so many times this year.
In less than a minute, it took 57 seconds to do that. 2 plays, 80 yards, and Kawan Scott loses 7 yards to get an 87-yard touchdown pass. I guess he heard us, and he said, all right, hold on, let me make it really efficient. I'll make sure I don't lose that record until next year when Gary Brown breaks it.
Well, and with Kawad Scott there, that is, I believe, the 3rd touchdown pass he's caught that's over 80 yards this season. So Brazil here, high snap, and gets it away. Looks like he'll be 6 for 6 on extra points today. And well, that was quick. California, 42-17 over Lock Haven to start the 3rd quarter here. Stay tuned for more action here on CUTV.
First published in the 1880s, the California Times is the oldest student media at California University. Circulating 3,000 issues weekly on campus and in the surrounding community, the Times' mission is to deliver fair and balanced news to the student population of California University. All students are welcome to be a part of the California Times. Our offices are located in the Natali Student Union. Keep up to date with the Times online at www.caltimes.org, Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.
And welcome back to Hubert Jack Stadium as California extends their lead 42-17 over Lock Haven in just 2 plays to start the second half. So anything I said about that California coming out with a heavy dose of the run, well, they just went right back to the air.
Yeah, and you would expect them to maybe start running off some time soon. They need to put up as many points as they can for the playoff selections, but they also just need to get out of here with a win.
And Williams will take this kick here on the fly. Breaks a couple tackles, gets a decent return there for Lock Haven, about 33-yard line here. And Zach, here's the reason why California just kicked off again. A pretty pass, 87 yards from Harris to Scott.
And we've been seeing this a lot today. This is now 4 touchdown passes for James Harris. And I think Lock Haven is kind of getting a little bit of a daze. I mean, even one of their players ran to the wrong side of the field on the kickoff. I think Lock Haven, I think they realize their season's coming to an end in the next 30 minutes or so. They just need to focus and maybe keep scoring the ball.
And Caleb Walton and his offense has been able to do that somewhat successfully as Malik Harris here gets the carry. He's had a pretty good game so far, over 100 yards there. That time he only got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Malik Harris, that's the first time he's really not gone anywhere when carrying the ball. As Lock Haven sets back up within a no huddle.
Now 2nd down and 10. Walton will pass this time. Short little screen pass. That one is caught just barely there. Caught by Krupko, which sets up a 3rd and manageable here. Looks like about a 3rd and 5.
Walton, towards the end of the first half, he got a little bit more inconsistent and inaccurate with his passes. If he can get back some accuracy, I think he'll be fine going forward.
And Walton, another quick pass back to Krupko, this time for the 1st down there. Krupko, interesting thing about Krupko, he is a transfer from Urbana. He came with Lock Haven's new head coach.
And you see that a lot. I mean, look at Cal. When Coach Geller came from Fairmont State, he brought C.J. Goodwin.
Thomas Mayo.
Or from Concord, excuse me. He came from Concord, but he went to Fairmont State, brought a lot of transfers with him, and one especially, Dewey McDonald.
And definitely there, and Bo Swales there gets the carry, loses his helmet, so he's going to have to sit out a play. That was a big hit there. It's the first time we've seen Swales get a carry in a while.
Yeah, and Swales, an old-style runner with a big, heavy shoulder pads up there in the neck roll.
Looks like Curtis Martin out there.
Kind of like James Ferrier, too, with that giant neck plate sticking up.
And now here's Walton, hands off to Harris. Harris got a lane up the middle in the California territory. There's a Lock Haven moving the ball again with success, but it's just the defense just has no answers to California. That's why they're down by so much.
Yeah, Lock Haven, over 130 rushing yards in the first half. They're going to have over 200 in this game, no doubt, most likely. And that's just been the thing that's killed California all year. They can't stop the run very well, much against what they did last year.
Broken eye here. Here's Harris again on the carry. This time California doing a better job wrapping him up there. Looks like, I believe Cameron Tarver there on the stop.
Yeah, our player to watch. Not really done a whole lot. No sacks for either side yet in this game. Great run stop there as Walton has done a good job of escaping pressure. Our player to watch for Lock Haven's offense.
Walton back here out of the shotgun again. Remember, Lock Haven was down 31-7 against Cal, and they made it 31-24, but then California was able to pull away there at the end. And Walton at the time set a new career high in passing yards last season with 278 against California. Walton, play action this time. He looks, he fires, has his man, and that's caught there. Krupko got a first down there inside the red zone. And another big pass there to his favorite target.
And threading the needle. The definition of threading the needle in this pass. Avoided 2 defenders on that pass and got the completion to Krupko.
Lock Haven now at the California 15-yard line here. Walton has a lot of time as well. And it's going to be a read option here, trying to bounce out, cuts it back upfield. He's going to lose a couple yards there, so good defense there by California. Looks led on the way there by Justin Baker.
And Justin Baker making another great play. We've called his name twice now today. That time Walton looked like he was going to go back to the outside, but California, great vision to be aware of where Walton was at all times.
Now he's got an empty backfield here on second down. California shows blitz here for a second here. Now Walton will take his time to go under 10.5 minutes left here in the third quarter. Walton will take the snap, back to pass. He looks for the end zone, has his man, touchdown, Krupko. Got ahead of Aaron Terry there on the play. It's a touchdown for Lock Haven.
And again, a great pass there from Walton. The accuracy is back, it seems, for him. And Lock Haven won't go away. 42-23 now. Lock Haven just an extra point away from making this a 3-score game.
Well, and California's defense just not playing well there. I mean, if they make the playoffs, how are you going to do that against Charleston or Slippery Rock again?
Or Shepherd, who's the one in the region.
So now the extra point here for Lock Haven. It's Boomery again, and he's going to be good. 42-24, high-scoring game, no defense at all. Stay tuned for my action here on CUTV. And welcome back to Hubert Jack Stadium as the Lock Haven Bald Eagle playing along with the band here, and he has a reason to be excited here with Lock Haven's offense with another touchdown today.
Yeah, Lock Haven, we've said it before, their offense is good. It's the defense that needs improvement before this team can be a competitive bunch.
Another big kick here by Boomer. He takes field to the end zone. He's going to take this one out here. He's trying to follow some blockers here, cuts it to the outside. Gets to about the 19-yard line here, so that's where California's offense will start. But if Lock Haven just wants any way to get back into this game even further, but they need a defensive stop, a required defensive stop.
And if they get a defensive stop, then maybe you could see shades of last season where Lock Haven came back and made it a competitive game. Because another touchdown will make it an 11-point contest. You could even go for 2 and make it a 10-point game, which then you really start to wonder if California's going to maybe blow another late lead.
So now Harris will come out here with Wheeler as his tailback. And he'll come out in a broken I formation. Scott, Smore, and Brown split out. And Harris will take the snap here to Wheeler. Wheeler cuts it back upfield there, gets about a yard on the play to the 20-yard line there. Wheeler looked like he tried to cut it back upfield. That hole closed quickly.
Yeah, Lock Haven's defensive line, the front 6, Tony Ballin in there as well, I'm pretty sure, clogging up that hole in the middle, not allowing Wheeler to get anywhere. He likes to go through the middle and then cut back to the outside, not able to there.
Bring up a 2nd down and 9. Same formation as before. This time 2 receivers in the near side. Harris takes the snap. Back to pass, he looks, he fires, he's got Brown wide open. Brown close to a first down there. Pence on forward progress, and they will call it a first down.
And Gary Brown, just that possession guy that Harris looks for when he needs a first down or maybe a short gain. Ton of catches today. At halftime, Gary Brown actually had, I think, about 5 catches or so. And looking for our stat sheets, but I think the wind blew them away.
Oh, no. California here, new set of downs here. And it'll be Wheeler again. Wheeler going up the middle, being a very patient run there. 35, so he got to the 35-yard line, gain of 5 here, and he got him.
Yep, I found them. Okay, they fell down a little bit, but back to Gary Brown. He had 4 catches at the half, and then 75 yards. And in the running attack, Wheeler led the way, 49 yards. Franklin 35 yards of his own.
And Franklin does have that lone rushing score on the day here, so we're getting to about 8.5 minutes left here in the third quarter. Second down and 4. Harris back to pass. He's got time. He looks, fires. He's got Des Green over the middle. Look at Desmond Green go to midfield. Loses the football.
Lockhaven's got it.
And a turnover for California and Desmond Green, and that's the type of thing that gets Lockhaven back into the game.
Yeah, and we've not seen Des Green catch a lot of passes this year, and I think that's why. He has good hands. As soon as he turns around, he's not good at controlling the ball. With 8:17 left, California's defense needs to force a turnover here, or Lockhaven's going to make this a very close competition. And the closer this margin of victory is for California, if they do win, the worse that your playoff resume looks.
So big devastating play there. Lockhaven will start at the Cal 49-yard line here. Walton out of the pistol. And play action here. Walton back to pass. He looks. He has his man wide open there. That's Krupko. And he got a foot in bounds there. So Lockhaven already on the march.
And they only have to go about midfield up. I think this could be turned into a very quick touchdown drive for the Bald Eagles.
Especially the way California's defense has been playing here. Quickly back to the line. Walton, one sidecar here. It's Harris. And he'll give it to Harris. Falls forward for about a gain of 3 or 4 on the players. We've gone there 8 minutes left in the third quarter. But again, that's just California. You just got to protect the ball there. And if you keep a team that's a large underdog back in the game, that's just going to give them more confidence. I mean, to win this game.
Exactly. The underdog is the best team because the longer you keep them in it, the more they believe that they can pull off a victory. I mean, look at Western Illinois basketball. They defeated Wisconsin last night, being a huge underdog.
Walton over the middle. Almost intercepted there
Bowman.
by Jordan Bowman. That would have been his second.
And Jordan Bowman, he had the hands on that one, just couldn't come down with it as he went down to the ground. And he hit his helmet with both hands like, man, I should have caught that. But it brings up third down. But based on where Lockhaven's at, you would have to imagine that they would go for it
yeah.
just because of the field position at the 26-yard line.
And where the score's at in the time of the game. So Walton here, out of the pistol here on 3rd and 6. And he'll hand to Harris. Harris loses a yard, I believe, in the play, and he'll bring up 4th down.
That's a surprising play call, honestly. And I'm not judging the Lockhaven play call on that one. I'm just surprised they didn't go to the air, where you're having a lot of success right now on this drive. Instead, you go to Harris, who loses a yard instead, makes it 4th and 7, and they are going for it.
And they didn't absolutely need to here. So the clock's about to go under 7 minutes here. And a couple change around the line here. He sends one of his linemen
out wide. We saw this already.
He might go for him. We'll see where he goes. Walton will go over the middle, overthrown. He had his tight end incomplete. And California gets that required stop after the turnover there. But Walton, that's on Walton. He's got to hit that.
Yeah, Walton had a man right there, just over his head. And there's a couple defenders behind him as well. Very hard pass to make, and Walton a bad decision, I think.
So now California has a chance, 6:50 left here in the third quarter, to get that offense moving again as they got to midfield. So now we'll see what Harris does here. Take to our YouTube page here, CUTV Sports 1. If you want to see the replay of this game, the full broadcast, and any other Cal game or any shoot we've done, it's on our YouTube page, CUTV Sports 1. You can see our work anytime, anywhere.
Yeah, every single football game this year, with the exception of Virginia State. But, Matt, you were there with WCAL with Anthony and a couple others from our crew.
That was definitely a fun game there. California, what a start to the season they had there. And we're going to see a penalty flag here. Looks like it's going to be a delay game.
Yeah. I just looked over at the play clock and it read 0. But, I mean, can you imagine just the start of the season seems like it was just a day ago,
crazy.
basically.
It's Labor Day, yeah.
Yeah, and we're already at the end of it. And we're going to start.
Oh, no. California
called
to
a
take a
timeout.
timeout, so that's a break right there because, I mean, there's a play clock there that Harris can see. So kind of interesting there, but the way it's been going, that was a fun game. Virginia State first play went from Harris to Scott, 50 yards out to start the season.
Yeah, I remember following that one. I was eating at a Quaker Steak and Lube and following along with that game and thought, wow, the offense is going to be great this year.
And here's the regional rankings again. Shepherd wrapped it up. I think they're actually playing Urbana today. So Charleston gets Virginia Wise, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. Slippery Rock. Last time we checked, Slippery Rock well on their way to win the PSAC championship. Bowie State playing Winston-Salem State in the CIAA championship game. IUP playing Cheney. And Virginia Union getting that bye. But that brings the question, Virginia Union having the bye, that could disrupt something. But they only have one loss, though. It's tough to keep it. And one less Division II win because they played Division I school. So now Harris will start here 1st and 10 from their own 27. Franklin is lined up as his sidecar. Harris back to pass. He looks, he fires for Scott, and off his hand there. Tried to make an incredible one-handed catch. He's 2nd down.
And updating you on that New Haven Assumption game. New Haven up 14-9 on Assumption in the 4th quarter. If New Haven wins, you would likely think that California's chances are out the window.
Well, unless they hop them over Assumption, but Assumption, they have 8 wins. But I mean, hey, so that's kind of like a March Madness, the bubbles bursting.
Yeah, and Virginia Union's worst nightmare is if New Haven wins too.
Harris is taking off here. Here goes James Harris, 1st down and more, falls down at about the 45-yard line there. So that was a designed run there for James Harris, and he took off.
And again, the only thing I worry about is when he got in the air on that tackle, you do not want to see him coming up
and there is
injured.
a bald eagle down. That is Regier Miles Eubanks for Bald Eagles. Hopefully he's okay. He was actually named PSAC East Defensive Player of the Week for October 11th against Shippensburg.
And the first time I believe we've called his name today, there's been a slew of injuries on this field today, especially for Lock Haven. There's been a few of them in Franklin for California, but he came back into the game.
Same with Veal.
Fine. I forgot about Veal as well.
And Miles Eubanks had 18 tackles against Shippensburg. That gave him the defensive honors. But Zach, CalVulcans.com, this is our athletic website run by our sports information director, Matt Kiefer, doing a great job as always. User-friendly website. We've aired a lot of our home shoots on CalVulcans.com, and we look to do more of that in the future.
And especially basketball. Next Saturday and next Sunday, Lock Haven and Bloomsburg will be visiting. So coincidence, we're going to see Lock Haven again.
Yeah.
Those will both be live on CalVulcans.com.
Bubble screen here for Gary Brown. Goes out of bounds, gets hit hard on the play there. And I mean, I couldn't see it. It looked like he was hit out of bounds there. Could have been a penalty flag called there.
I think he was in bounds and just it was a big collision.
He wasn't
The
bounds.
gripe I have with it is that Lock Haven was celebrating like they just won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's when I think you could throw a penalty for excessive celebration and taunting. Because, I mean, they just acted like they had a bigger prize than just getting a guy out of bounds.
It would be a gain of 6, 2nd down and 4. Franklin gets the rock this time. He goes up. He's got 1st down. Flipped over at the 38-yard line of the Bald Eagles. So Franklin coming right back and getting the 1st down.
And we have about 5:45 left in the 3rd quarter now. California's starting to chip away a little bit more time on this drive than they did their first.
And they're starting to use the running game as well, as Franklin stays in the game as Harris's sidecar. It'll be Brown, Smorey, and Scott split out. Harris, he's got time over the middle. Quick pass to Gary Brown. Harris rifled that off there. Gary Brown wasn't even ready for the pass.
Yeah, that was just a timing thing. Gary Brown was going on the slant, and Harris had to get it off immediately because he had a little bit of pressure. And as Gary Brown dove for it, the ball was already behind him, and he was not able to move his hands to try and go for it.
5:22 left here in the 3rd quarter. Same formation as before here on 2nd down. And kind of a low snap there. Franklin takes it, bounces off a tackle, and gets to about the 35-yard line. Gain of 4. It'll make it a 3rd and 6 here for California, as they go deeper in the Lock Haven territory, has probably once again set up a four down territory situation.
Yeah, in California, they don't like to punt. Michael Keir has turned into actually a very good punter, and you'd like to see what happens next year because he'll likely be the starting quarterback, you would assume. But the punting game has actually been pretty good, having to replace Andrew Surratt this year.
3rd down and 6, same formation as before. Harris back to pass. He looks for Kawan Scott, makes the catch, turns around, gets the 1st down and more. Tackled at about the 23-yard line. Kawan Scott, the senior, makes another big catch.
And Scott, a great move because you'll look here. Kawan catches this pass. He comes back, actually, and he would not have had the 1st down if he's tackled there, but he's able to spin out of that tackle and pick up the 1st.
Actually beat Deron Lee there, and Lee's been all over Scott today. It's been a big matchup. He prevented what would have been a Hail Mary touchdown to end the 1st half here. So new set of downs from the Lock Haven 24. Harris out of the pistol. Jimmy Wheeler back as tailback. And Wheeler with a lot of speed to the left side here. Tiptoes in bounds there and close to a 1st down there. Wheeler with an extra leap got him even closer to 1st down where he would have been.
And Jimmy Wheeler, I mentioned before, he had about 50 yards at halftime. Maybe about 25, 30 more here in this half. And he's gone over 100 a couple times this year. He did not play, I think it was like the first games of the year, though. He's really come on quickly in this system.
Well, it's that Shippensburg game where he broke out, and it's like, wow, this kid. So Harris now under pressure here, runs away from pressure. He might take it himself. He will. Harris cuts it back to the 5-yard line, falls down, takes a hit afterwards there. So Harris using his legs, gets the 1st down. I think another Lock Haven player is hurt.
Looks like.
And he's getting up.
Looks like that's Ballin. He's a little slow to get up. He was kind of motioning for his thigh. May have pulled a muscle trying to run after Harris.
He got hit there by his own player trying to tackle Harris there, clipped him in the leg.
And that's the unfortunate thing is most of the time these injuries come from friendly fire. I mean, look at the Steelers over the last few years. Ike Taylor getting a broken arm from friendly fire.
Who is it, a Pouncey?
Yeah, Pouncey, DeCastro. You can name a bunch of others. Just friendly fire sometimes comes out.
I formation. Franklin gets the pitch, tries to bounce it out here. Lock Haven, a good play defensively there. Bearing down on the play and dropping Franklin. I don't believe he got anything at all.
Yeah, no gain on the play. Gets back to the line. It'll be 2nd and goal with 3 minutes to go in the 3rd.
So it looks like Franklin will stay in the game here. And with Lock Haven, everyone keeps scoring here. But California's done a great job taking off a lot of time here. It just only, with Lock Haven down as many touchdowns as it could be, even here, it could add to it. Just won't have enough time to come back. 2nd down and goal. Harris will pass. He looks for Barry Brown, who jumps up, wrestles the ball away, touchdown. Gary Brown with a great catch, and Lock Haven's going to get called for
Lee here.
I
can explain perfectly what happened here. Gary Brown catches this touchdown pass, wrestles it away, they call a touchdown. Deron Lee does not let go of him.
He's mad.
He's holding on to him. Gary Brown's like, okay, get off.
And swatted the ball down.
Get off.
Yeah.
And then Deron Lee swats the ball away, and the ref is standing right there.
Like, that's something you can't take right there. That's kind of ridiculous.
And I understand Deron Lee is probably upset because he's been picked on by this Cal offense all day long.
And Gary Brown, 3 touchdowns. First time he's had 3 touchdowns since Mercyhurst of last year, the hat trick. And James Harris,
5
touchdowns matching the number he has on his jersey there. Pretty impressive. I believe that is a career high.
I think he had 5 once before as well. And we'll also have to see, James Harris was going for 2nd in the passing yards record book this week as well. He needed 412 yards to be able to get it.
Well, California, their attacks on the extra point. William Brazil, 7 for 7. It's all offense today for California, closing out the year strong against Lock Haven. Stay tuned for the rest of the 3rd quarter here on CUTV.
Complete news, entertainment, and sports coverage from around the area, region, and nation is found right here on CUTV News Center every Thursday at 5 p.m. with anchors Jennifer Germano, Zach Prosba, entertainment with Mike Mays, and sports with Matt Hagee. Follow us on YouTube, CUTV News Center, and on Twitter, CUTV_PA, for your complete rebroadcast of your Vulcan sports. News Center airs every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Armstrong and Atlantic Broadband.
And welcome back here to Hubert Jack Stadium as California's extended their lead 49-24 over Lock Haven. A lot of offense today. And after looking in the game notes, this is the first time James Harris has 5 touchdown passes in his career.
Tying Peter Lawlick last time anybody had 5. But, Matt, updating the PSAC championship, I'll tell you after this play.
And a good hit there. Looks like Diamond Thomas. We've seen a lot out of him on special teams.
Number 55, redshirt freshman. But, Matt, Slippery Rock is definitely going to make the playoffs. With 7:05 to play, it's 61-12.
Oh, my.
That has to be the most points ever scored in the title game.
But now this brings the topic, does Slippery Rock hop Charleston for the second spot because they're the conference champion, Charleston's not. And with that performance, I mean, that's just amazing. I mean, I'm sure Shamar Green and Dante Nani is putting up some numbers. Here's Walton on the screen here. Cook runs right around. I believe that was Jordan Bowman he made miss there. Got a first down here. Bowman was pretty aggressive on that play and missed, and Cook was able to get a first down.
Yeah, and then an update in the NE10 game. New Haven just fumbled at their own 25, and 11:17 left. Assumption has the ball down 14-9.
And Walton here hands it to Harris. Gets about a yard or two there on the carry as we're just about to go under 2 minutes. That ball's out. And it looks like they'll call Harris down there.
Yeah, Cameron Tarver came out of there with the ball. Let's see if we can find something here.
He was just in a big scrum right there.
Yeah, it looks like at that point maybe it would be hard to tell whether the ball came out or not.
Now Walton play action. Looks for Krupko, ball deflected, incomplete. Good coverage there, Brendan Edwards.
Yeah, Krupko, that one just went through his hands. Edwards had decent coverage on that one. He was coming up behind him on that slant. But Krupko had the ball bounce away from him. A minute 45 left in the third, 3rd and 7.
1:45 left here in the third quarter. And with Lock Haven here, they're running out of time. And Walton will take the snap, under pressure, scrambles out, gets sacked. A sack for California there. Can't see who it is. It's Cameron Tarver.
Our player to watch gets, I believe, his 6.5 sack on the season. Let's look here and see if I can find that real fast in the stats, how many exactly he has on the year.
And I could see there, Caleb Walton was saying to his coach, he's like, hey, let me stay out here, and he didn't let him. The punt unit is on for Lock Haven there. You can see Walton very frustrated.
Yeah, and I can understand why. It's just the offense is doing so good. He wants an opportunity to keep playing out there.
That's a rare 3-and-out this California's defense is forced today, but a great job. No rush here on the punt. Terry will take it and bounce it out and get wrapped up there by number 53 for the Bald Eagles, Jeff Pickle. And I'll tell you what, Facebook, that is a nice size tuba there, and that is a great hat there, Pikachu. And California University Television, like our page on Facebook, we post all our videos that are on YouTube. We link all our social media together, so like us on Facebook there, and I really hope that kid with the Pikachu hat does that.
Yeah, that would actually be kind of entertaining. I mean, how often do you see Pokemon anymore? And that is actually Tarver's 5.5 sacks now on the year. The team leader is Earl Brewster, actually. He has 7. I didn't even realize he actually had 7 on the season.
That's a career high for him as well, dating back to his days at IUP. So now 55 seconds left here in the third quarter. 2-back set here. Wheeler and Franklin. Another end around here. Scott juggles the ball. Tom Green falls in. Kawan Scott having a lot of hand issues.
And I think that's the one gripe you can ever have about Kawan Scott in his career as a Vulcan. He doesn't hold on to the ball very well. And right there, he had an opportunity to maybe make a touchdown on the last end around he had before it was called back because of a holding. Luckily, Tom Green was there, or that would have been a Lock Haven ball going the other way.
And 28 seconds and ticking down here in the third quarter. So California, this will probably be the last play of the third quarter here, unless there's a stoppage. And Harris will go to Wheeler here up the middle and breaks a couple tackles, gets to the 40-yard line, gain of 3. Will bring up a 3rd and long here as we will be the last play of the third quarter.
Yeah, and California just 15 minutes away from sealing their resume and seeing whether or not they make the playoffs.
Will the Vulcans be in? We'll find out tomorrow, but they're making their case. 49-24 Lock Haven. Stay tuned for the final 15 minutes of the 2015 regular season right here on CUTV.
The Multimedia Access Center is an open lab where California University students can work on an assignment, attend a workshop, print a document for class, or take advantage of a variety of services such as large format printing, web development, and graphic design. Located in the renovated Natali Student Center across from the student bookstore, the Mac Lab is also your home for OrgSync support and services. For hours of operation or for more information, stop by the Mac Lab, visit our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
And welcome back to Hubert Jack Stadium as we're about to start the fourth quarter, the final 15 minutes of the 2015 regular season for both California and Lock Haven here. California faced with a 3rd and 13 after a fumble pushed California back, and they were able to recover it here. But Harris out of a 2-back set again with Franklin and Wheeler. Harris will pass here. He's going deep for Kawan Scott. Oh, contact there. It'll be incomplete there. Scott wants to flag because he kind of met shoulders there with Mike Williams.
I don't think you can call the flag there because of the term they like to use. It was an uncatchable ball, and I agree. It was maybe about 4 or 5 yards ahead of Scott by the time it landed down. And Kawan, he's going to want that penalty just because he feels like he deserves that penalty there, but that ball was not catchable, so Cal's just going to have to punt it away.
And we will see Luke Smorey this time for the first time today punting the ball.
And he does have a fake this year against IEP. We saw where he was able to get a first down off of it.
And why not? Up so many. Low snap. There's a lot of them today. Smorey gets it off. Decent kick. And right down there. Oh, and it muffed it. But looks like Seif will recover the ball there. That was almost catastrophic here. So let's take a look at the regional rankings again. So, Shepherd. Number 1.
They're number 1. They deserve it. Bowie is the question mark because if they finish undefeated, then, I mean, they kind of deserve being number 2.
Unless they have the wins nullified.
Yeah. Slippery Rock, they're going to move up after being up 61-12 against a good Westchester team in your conference championship.
And on the road.
Charleston is the one that's probably going to move down, especially if Assumption wins. Charleston's going to move down just because they aren't a conference champion.
And Walton here will go play action this time. Looks over the middle, has his man wide open there. Takes a big hit there from Aaron Terry. He's going to be slow to get up there. He took a hit. That was Seif.
And it was legal. It was very dangerous, but it was legal because Seif was going down, and Terry kind of went over him and tackled him. If you look here on the replay, it looks like his head just kind of whipped forward, and that could be a concussion issue you never want to see happen because they're checking Seif right now.
And remember last year, the first round NCAA playoffs, Slippery Rock and Westchester. Westchester destroyed Slippery Rock.
Westchester lost a lot of pieces.
And Slippery Rock, I mean, we thought, hey, new quarterback, unproven quarterback, even though he's Division I.
60 burger.
Yeah, so that pretty much answers every question right there with Green, Dutrell, Tayshawn Tucker, and you got Darden backing up Green. I mean, that team is just low. They're basically, they are the D2 Oregon.
Yeah, and they play like it. I even did an interview with Slippery Rock's offensive coordinator, and he said their goal is to about every 17 seconds get a play out. And against Cal, it seemed like every 10 seconds they were going to play. They are D2's Oregon, as we'll see Seif come.
Yep, he came off his own power, so that's a good sight to see there. Lock Haven will have 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line. And for George Mahalik, this will be his 2nd straight state game win after never winning one before until last season.
And what a great coach Mahalik is.
And a great guy as well. I get the chance to interview him. And here is Bo Swales here, probably his best carry of the day. Gets in California territory to the 44-yard line.
7-yard pickup there.
So then for players like Swales, there is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15 seniors for this Lock Haven team. But this Lock Haven senior class will be remembered as a senior class that could set up Lock Haven building up and to be a pretty good program here, as that pass is caught and out of bounds there by Farrell Boyd, who gets the first. An interesting fact here for Farrell Boyd, he's from Coatesville, played with Devontae Suber in high school.
Well, how about that? And looking at this list of seniors, honestly, not a lot of these are guys that we've called that have contributed a lot besides Swales, Williams, and Ballin. That's about it.
And their kicker and punter as well. And this is Harris. Oh, he gets hit hard by Tarver. Tarver is going to be a beast in these next couple seasons. He's kind of like, he's having like a Jawan Turner type season last year. He really broke on the scene. No, we didn't even call his name at all before, I don't think.
And I just hope, I won't be here to see it because I'll be graduating, but I just hope they moved Jawan Turner inside this year, and I think it took away his presence as a pass rusher and big run stopper. I think you leave Tarver out there, and he can be the next version of a B.J. Stevens at a pass rush.
Second down and 11. Walton finds his tight end, Dennis. He gets the first down and more. Very athletic tight end there, plowing over guys, getting back into the red zone for Lockhaven there. He caught over a couple guys right there, but Lockhaven's offense, again, on the moves, but just running too little time here. Looks like California defender is down. I think that is Aaron Terry there, slow to get up.
Looks like he's tying his shoe.
Oh.
Yeah, because he was coming out of there slowly, and there was a Lockhaven guy trying to help him up, and he's like, hold on, I gotta tie my shoe. So luckily for California, it's only a shoelace issue and nothing more.
And then last year, this score was 42-31. Very similar score again, especially if Lockhaven can get 6 right here on this drive with 13:01 left here in the ballgame. So first down and 10 from the Bald Eagles 17-yard line. Walton takes the snap, and it'll be a draw to Harris, and gets ripped down about the 15-yard line. I'll tell you what, California's done a much better job this half against Harris.
Yeah, no really big runs like you saw in the first half. A 2-yard gain there. And only 12:30 left in this contest now. Walton is really going to have to start throwing the ball a lot and very consistently if Lockhaven's going to have any chance.
Down 25 here. Here's Walton. He will pass this time over the middle. Has his man Dennis wrapped down by Aaron Terry, short at the first down.
The tackling for California has been pretty good today, I got to say. Especially on those short passes, they haven't broken them for long gains like we've seen sometimes this year.
Be about a 3rd and 1 here for the Bald Eagles from the California 6-yard line, 9-yard line. And Walton here will get the play from his sideline here. But for Lockhaven, I mean, it's definitely gonna be a team to watch next year, especially. But they kind of remind me of the NFL's, like the NCAA Division II PSAC version of the Oakland Raiders. Good offense, bad defense.
Yeah, and we're seeing the Raiders maybe start to turn it around out there.
Walton hits Swales, and a good tackle there by Chaz Veal. He might be short of the first down.
And he is. He actually lost a yard on that play from the tackle. It's going to be 4th and 2.
So now a good play there by Veal, whose time's running down on his Vulcan career. They're having a pretty good game. Swales stays in there. On 4th down, they'll call it 4th and 1. Oh, some movement. I think that's on Lockhaven.
So that's going to make it a 4th and 6 instead of that 4th and 1. And Walton is not happy coming away from that. I mean, he has to be very upset with his offensive lineman. Guys, we're in a great situation, and now you just made it a little bit harder on ourselves.
Instead of a 4th and 1, it's now 4th and 6. He can a couple yards here. Looks like Baker and Turner will swap out here.
Cal's going to take a timeout.
Cal's going to take a timeout. That was a late substitution there and that's now 2 timeouts used by the Vulcans this half with 11:06 left here in the ball game.
They had 11 guys out there, and Baker did get off the field, but it may not have been a matchup that they liked on their defense, so they're going to change that up and make sure they get what they want and don't get this 4th down converted.
And for California, they can get a big stop here, pretty much seal out any way Lockhaven could come back here. And it's going to be interesting because the way California's offense has looked, they're going to get some decent looks for are they in. It kind of reminds me of what's going on in the college football playoff. The term is who's in.
And if you get a team like Oklahoma State, who may finish the year undefeated, do you put them in because they don't have a conference championship game? There's a lot of questions when you look at these teams, should they be in or not?
And looks like California will be coming out here waiting for Lockhaven. And a couple other games when you mentioned about IEP over Cheney. I mean, it's been expected, but a score update from the CIAA championship game. Bowie State up 14-0 over Winston-Salem State.
And that's going to be a big score because if they finish undefeated, their win percentage is going to at least be affected, but we don't know much more besides that.
Could Slippery Rock hop them? That could be Another big question.
I think so, because honestly, I think, in my opinion, the PSAC is the best conference in Super Region 1. I think it's a better conference championship win.
Now Walton taking their time here, and that's Winston-Salem State team is at 500 exactly. Walton takes the snap. He's going to roll to the right. Look, field deflected, incomplete, and California gets the 4th down stop.
And Aaron Terry was looking for that ball in the air for a good 3 or 4 seconds before it fell down. Could have had an opportunity at his 5th pick of the year. Right now, Jordan Bowman leads the team with 5. They were tied coming into this game today. I'm sure Aaron Terry might go up to him and say, almost had you with that one.
And Terry's been ending a couple of games this year with an interception. Edinburgh, Shippensburg, actually 2 weeks in a row. It's been a theme for California ending games with interceptions. Veal, Bowman, twice.
And I'll say this, it was good to see Terry Time come back.
Yes.
Last year, he had an off year, and it's the sophomore slump, everybody knows that, but he's had a great year this year. And the real deal, Chesterfield, he's got 3 picks as well this season.
And another low snap here with Franklin. Gets the rock this time, goes up the middle, plowing forward. Good run there, about the 20-yard line, gain of 6. And with Franklin now, it's going to be, you mentioned, with that backfield's going to be as deep as ever for California. We get Nick Grissom back. But it begs the question, who's the starter? It's going to be a summer, it's going to have to win it in training camp.
I mean, because Nick Grissom was never the starter. Roberson was. Grissom would have been the starter this year, but now Franklin's coming as the starter, and he's really performed well, but the other guys have as well.
Franklin gets the rock again, gets first down. And it'll be another first down for California. Just continue to pile the numbers up. And it's been a while since California scored 50 points again. I believe it was Shippensburg last year.
That was the last time. And that's when you perfectly coined the phrase 50 burger.
Yes, I did.
For the first time. We were actually on TV for that game as well, as you and I.
Yeah, that was my first game as calling Cal football for CUTV, because when the band couldn't do much really with that, but that day it just worked out perfectly where I could travel, then come back and do the band festival.
Was that the last time we were on TV together for a football game?
Bloomsburg this year.
Oh, Bloomsburg, that's right.
Franklin, 3rd straight carry here. Gets past the 30-yard line, about the 31, gain of 2. So we're well under 10 minutes here. 9:44 to be exact as this time goes down here. But the sun coming out here, and it's not as cold. Yeah, it's not as cold as before, which has been very nice. But this stadium it's been great. I'm really glad we got to come up here, because you look out, you see the Susquehanna River, you see the town of Lock Haven, you see the softball field. It's really great view. Only a one-sided stadium here.
Yeah, the way Lock Haven's set up, it's above everything, and then you go down and you have baseball and track and stuff. And then you go down and then you have, it looks like soccer field and lacrosse. It's a nice setup here to get a great view.
Fiore gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it there. So California taking this under 9 minutes here, just running the ball. We might not see another pass or so. I mean, who knows? But
I think you would like to maybe see Harris throw one more touchdown, give him 6 on the game maybe. If you're looking to score, at least let him throw one more time. I mean, it could be his final game ever.
This is the first time a California quarterback's thrown for 5 touchdowns since Peter Lawlick did against Cheney in 2011. Actually, the last game of the regular season that year as well. The record is Sean Mannery against Fairmont State in 1989 as Harris overthrows Gary Brown there. California will be punting, but Sean Mannery in 1989 against Fairmont State had 6 touchdowns, and that's the only California quarterback that did that.
And Mannery holds the all-time passing yardage record for California. Harris won't break that. He was coming close to Ruggiero today on second all-time. We'll have to check and see if he got that.
So now this will be Smore punting, and you'll run up, kick it. And a high kick taken. It's going to take a good bounce for California here. That's going to be another long punt there for Luke Smore. That's going to roll to 7-yard line there. So that's about, I'd say, 60, 70-yard punt.
Yeah, and Smore and Kier, honestly, I think Luke Smore may be your starting punter next year. He's done so well. And I'm still waiting for the one time where Kier gets the ball and throws it. I've been looking forward to that all year, and unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see it.
And with Smore, he's going to be that good slot receiver, and he's going to be more taking more duties away here now with Kawan Scott leaving.
And I don't think they'll elevate him to a
No.
2 because he's perfect in the slot.
Slot, yeah.
His size, his possession, the hands he has to work with, and catching the ball and running downfield, a great possession guy.
And Jordan Dandridge is actually Scott's backup, so we could see Dandridge. He's a pretty big body here. Lockhaven here, that is a new quarterback. That is a Sean Jones from Harrisburg. He's a transfer from Kentucky Christian
He's a
University.
redshirt senior, so they're probably getting him some playing time.
Yeah, good for him.
And that makes sense. Walton being the starter, he's had a decent game, but you want to get the seniors on there for what could be their last drive.
Yeah, exactly. And looks like Swales is in the game as well. It might be the last we see him. Lake Harrison, nice run there by Jones. Picks up the first down there, wrapped up there by Suber. And Suber piling up tackles. But his California team, only 9 seniors. And honestly, a couple of those seniors are Devin Lomax. You realize you see a lot of playing time. Josh Page. So California, they're going to be loaded next year.
The big loss, though,
is
James Harris.
James Harris, right.
You lose him, the offense, you have to wonder what it's going to be like next year.
Jones gets stood up, loses the ball. Looks like it's going to be California football, I believe.
I think that was Turner who forced that fumble. Let's see.
And still no decision.
It's Lockhaven ball.
Oh,
no,
California.
no.
It's Cal football. So Jones took a big hit. All he's been doing is running, so trying to get some playing time. Fumbles the ball and sets California up with a chance to score 50.
And let's see here. Turner was in there. There was a hit. Oh, and the ball did come loose before he was down. Well, I don't know, actually. Looking from that viewpoint, it may have barely been out before he was down. But I kind of feel bad for Jones coming in getting playing time in his last game, and he fumbles the ball away.
And 7:22 left here in this ball game here. We will see Harris back on the field. But, yeah, does he try to get 6 touchdowns? This would be a pretty great story, and his final game as a Vulcan could tie the all-time record for passing touchdowns in a game as a Vulcan.
Maybe go to one of the seniors. I think we do see Lomax out there.
And he will go to Gary Brown. Brown cuts it back upfield. One man to beat down to the 3-yard line. So close to getting that 6 touchdown pass.
You may see Fiore run it in for the touchdown here at this point. Uh-oh. Gary Brown's hurt.
Oh, no, he's good. He's up.
He's limping, though.
Yeah, so that'll probably be the last we see of Gary Brown on.
And he did have an ankle sprain earlier this year.
So he's been fighting through that. I mean, doing admirably considering everything. So looks like we will see McCauley and Franklin as the tailbacks. Fullback McCauley, Franklin the tailback, looking for his second straight week with 2 touchdowns.
Bowman's in there as well.
Oh,
McCauley's actually a tight end here.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, he is the backup tight end since Paul Butler is out. Franklin gets the carry, goes up the middle. But I know we stopped at the 1-yard line here. But Fiore, who has 1 touchdown today, the first touchdown of the game, that seems so long ago after all the scoring we've seen today here.
Yeah, Fiore. I mean, you cannot understate the value he has. He may not be a starter, he may not be the best player, but he's a valuable piece that Cal has used time and time again.
And same I formation here. 2nd and goal from the 1. Harris, Franklin. And
he's not.
Wow,
It looked like he may have crossed the plane. We'll have to see if maybe we can find it on our camera 2 angle. Let's see.
No,
that's very close.
That's very close. I don't know. He might have had his body there.
He fell forward.
Yeah,
though,
it's a big pile.
It's 3rd and goal with 6 minutes left now.
So now it looks like same personnel is staying in here. Harris gets the play call here. He's just taking off as much time as possible. And it would need be I formation again. And Franklin, he's in. Touchdown, number 2, 50 burger for the Vulcans.
And first time since Shippensburg last season. You and I called that one. We called this one here today. John Franklin on the season now. 2 touchdowns today. That gives him 17 on the year. He's had a tremendous sophomore campaign, and we're only going to see more of him in the next couple seasons.
Oh, he's going to be tremendous. I made him Cal Times Athlete of the Week. It's my last semester sports editor. I do Athlete of the Week, and Franklin, well-deserved. Brazil, 8 for 8 in extra points, and he's going to be another piece that we'll be seeing in the future. Only getting better here. John Franklin, 2 touchdowns, 17 on the season. California wrapping up this game 56-24. Stay tuned for the rest of the game here on CUTV.
Save preset 1 for Cal U's best music. More music in the car, more music in the door, more music everywhere. This is 91.9 WCAL, Power 92. The home of the Vulcan Nation, playing Cal U's best music. 91.9 WCAL. WCAL, Power 92.
And welcome back to Hubert Jack Stadium. The final 5 minutes and 40 seconds of this regular season. See head coach Mike Keller, and I believe every season but one, he's been the head coach of California. He's had seven or more wins every season, but he's not had 8 or more except the 2013 season, I believe. And this kick will be returned here by Williams. He's been the main returner all day here. Bounces it out. Still going, gets hit down hard at the 28-yard line. Looks like Dandridge actually made the stop there for California.
Yeah, and I'm trying to look up. Oh, Assumption won 17-14,
Wow.
so Assumption wins the NE10. So New Haven's season likely over. This just enhances the possible chance for California to sneak in. I think at this point, it's whether or not Virginia Union's bye hurts them.
Yep. And Bowie State 14-7 at halftime. So Winston-Salem State here is we have a timeout, California. That's their last one of the game.
That was just another personnel issue. 5:30 left in the contest. California, again, 11 men. Just there was players running in and out at different times, and it seemed like they didn't really know what was going on.
It's been a good day for football today in Division II, Division I. Pitt getting the win over Duke today. I thought Duke was going to win that game, but so now the first piece is New Haven's out.
And Glenville, they lost on Thursday night to Fairmont. They're done.
They're done. So basically, yeah, it all depends with that schedule, what they do with Virginia Union. IUP also played one last game, but it's going to be tough to put Cal in over IUP considering, well, 2011 they put Cal in over Slippery Rock, and Slippery Rock beat Cal, so anything's possible there. And IUP played Cheney, who hasn't won a game in a couple years. That could hurt them as well.
Exactly. That's a bad win in the sense that it kills your strength of schedule. At least Lock Haven had 2 wins.
So now Caleb Walton back into the game here. And it looks like he finds Krupko and gets tackled there. Looks like we see a lot of California defenders here. Penalty flags out. Looks
Might
like
see a face mask here.
There's a lot of backups in here for California now.
I think it's all backups at this point.
Still see Suber out there.
We see Alimenti, Brendan Blair.
Veal standing. They might keep Veal in the game since he's a senior.
Yeah, Veal and Page are out there. It's actually an eligible receiver against Lock Haven. That's the second time. But you also see Diamond Thomas. He's into the game. Number 92, Avery Rose is into the game. He's a freshman.
He is from West Allegheny High School.
Who actually just lost to Thomas Jefferson last night.
Yeah, another area team, Thomas Jefferson. And I'll tell you what an amazing story that was after that game I saw last year between West A and Thomas Jefferson. And IUP won 62-0 over Cheney.
Yeah, and even though that's a 62-0 win, that may not be a great look on your resume.
And Walton finds man, good catch there, and cuts it back. I believe that is Seif there with the catch.
It looks like Blair and Suber were in there on the tackle. Call a few names that we've not called all season. Another guy that's out there now, Nigel Garnett, number 35. His twin brother is actually on the team as well.
And Brendan Blair's had 2 interceptions this season as well. So
back-to-back games.
Yeah, so he's going to be another good pieces, and more depth than we thought. And Devon Davis there will get the first down for Lock Haven, just trying to get another score, pile up the numbers, but it's just been California, since they were down 10-7 to Lock Haven, it's just been all California since.
At this point, they have outscored them 49-14.
Here is Malik Harris. Plows to about the 47-yard line here. And for Lock Haven, like I said, they get Walton back, they get Harris back, they get Devon Dennis, he's a big tight end back. Krupp goes back, and they lose just one lineman.
That's not a bad setup for next year.
And a young defense as well. Is this time a good catch and run there. I believe that is Seif. No, that is Krupko.
And a quick update. The defending national champions have won their first game of the year over Notre Dame, Ohio. Cal women win 76-67. Mickey Glenn, 27 points.
What a special player she is. And our next broadcast will actually be basketball from Johnstown. Malik Harris here with a good run, probably his best run of the second half here.
And we have 3:40 left. Malik Harris, yeah, he's had a great day.
Yeah.
And he's a guy we won't see again because Cal won't play Lock Haven next year. Cal's actually crossover opponents next year at Millersville, at Cheney, and home against East Stroudsburg in the final game.
And that East Stroudsburg game could be a good one if it so happens. Here's Walton. There's Krupko again. A good catch inside the 10-yard line there, working on Garnett. And it looks like Lock Haven will have a chance here to get another touchdown.
Lock Haven, Walton again running this offense. And I'm kind of surprised Jones isn't out there because he is the senior. I don't want to think that he was benched because he fumbled. That's really not fair, in my opinion.
Yeah, it really
to
is.
bench him.
So Walton here from 9-yard line. Here is Harris trying to follow his way. Bounce to the outside and gets cut down there by Garnett at about the 6-yard line. Under 3 minutes now in this game. But Walton on the day, 2 touchdown passes. Harris with a score on the ground here, so we'll see if they can get another touchdown. But Lock Haven, again, they've had their chances inside the red zone, but 2 turnovers on downs is what's hurt them.
Yeah, and I mean, look back to last week, Mercyhurst, they've had chances in the red zone against Cal as well, and they couldn't get them to convert.
And he was looking for Krupko there. Incomplete. We're going to see Bo Swales check into the game here. So that would be something cool to see if he could get in the end zone on could be his final carry as a bald eagle.
I still love that old style pads that he's wearing.
Oh, yeah.
Just the high neck roll.
Yeah,
you don't see that enough
No,
anymore.
you really don't. I like old school play. I mean, old school players. Luke Smorey doesn't wear any gloves.
Yeah, and he's the only receiver I know for Cal that doesn't.
So 3rd down and 6. 3rd down and goal. Walton goes to the end zone. Incomplete. Drop there by Krupko.
And it looks like they're not going to go to Swales for the score, and Swales is actually going to come out instead for number 11, Farrell Boyd. Looks like they're going to give Walton a chance to maybe throw another one here.
It'll be empty backfield here for Walton here on 4th and goal. No. Walton taking his time there, but I mean, Caleb Walton comes from, mentioned it was from Manheim Central, and out in my parts, it's Manheim Central has been one of the best programs all day. He's come from a coach, Mike Williams, is one of the winningest in all Pennsylvania history. Walton goes to the end zone, incomplete, dropped by Cook. And Cook, and that is his last game here as a bald eagle, so it's a devastating drop, and California's 2nd string holds.
Yeah, 2:23 left. Cal will take over what looks to be their own 6-yard line. Wonder if Harris comes back out. Maybe give him one last final drive with a score. It looks like we're going to see some backups coming in.
Indeed, we will. We'll see who the signal caller is. Looks like it's Kier. So James Harris, his career.
What a
career.
I was just about to say that. What a career. Coming over from Wake Forest for baseball. He spent 3 years here. His first year was kind of shaky. We didn't know what he had last year. Man, did he have a great year. And he really turned it on in the second half of the season.
It's Aaron Bailey carrying the ball. Gets to about the 8-yard line. He had a couple of carries against Slippery Rock. But, I mean, again, this story is possibly not done. And for Harris, he's never played a postseason game here for California. And for them, and for a lot of this senior class here, as Lock Haven takes a timeout.
Lock Haven, go first.
With 2:05 left, so Lock Haven maybe trying to get the ball back for their seniors at home one last time, which I understand that.
Yeah.
But some of the guys that we've seen come in for offense now, Jordan Horshaw, backup center for Cal U, has entered into the game. Zach Hooks has entered into the game.
Transfer from Temple.
Number 64, Christian DeGalbo, has entered the game. A couple offensive linemen. You had Dandridge, Lomax, and Green out there, the receivers. Kier as the quarterback. And Vulcan fans at home, Kier is likely the starter next year. we've seen a little bit of him over the last couple of seasons.
Slippery Rock, we saw him get some extended
good, but I don't know if he's the player that James Harris is.
Well, and he's in that Slippery Rock game, he showed off his arm there, a couple of good passes. He's from Philadelphia, he's from Roman Catholic, and for that Philly Catholic League is one of the best in the state. It'll be second down and 8 here. They'll give Bailey 2 yards. Kier will line up out of the shotgun here. And, ooh, high snap. Kier will throw this time. A little screen pass here to Lomax. Lomax close to the first down, taking down about the 15-yard line, gain of 7.
And I guess the one thing I could say about Kier from what I've seen of him is Lock Haven will take another timeout with 1:52 left. One thing I could say about Kier is he has a nice arm. He can really gun the ball into his receivers. And if he can do that, I mean, who more than Gary Brown loves screen passes? As you see us calling the game right now, wave to Ryan Kaufman on camera. Well, okay, you don't see us yet.
There we are. And
what's up, Ryan?
Zach, this could be our final Vulcan game on TV.
I mean,
so depending what happens with the playoffs, but it's been a crazy ride right there. But it's been great. It's been, I mean, a good day. Weather held off, and we're seeing a great one of the best performances, offensive performances we've seen this Cal team in our time here. So. I mean, and look at this press box here. Look how this is a great view.
It's
here.
Nice.
It's a nice press box. You can see it coming in on Route 120 when you're coming coming through the town of Lock Haven. You can see the press box. It kind of looks like a sign for the most part. But
like here it is.
yeah, but the press box right there. Kier takes it, gives it to Bailey. Bailey, I think he got the first down.
Yes, he did. He got to about the 17-yard line. And I think Lock Haven's done taking their timeouts. I think they're going to admit defeat, and they can't really get the ball back now anyways. But, Matt, since it's our last broadcast, what's your favorite Vulcan football game you've called? Or not called, but been to as well as you and the band.
Man, that snowball is probably from 2011. That crazy IUP game in 2012. I probably have to say the Snowball was my personal favorite because that was a great game. The Vulcans came away with a big win, but most exciting was that 2012 game against IUP.
And a big hit there. And we would just like to say for our viewers at home, in case you look for the Cal Vulcan playoff game, if they do make it, due to previous commitments, Cal TV will actually be at the women's basketball and men's basketball games against Lock Haven next Saturday as the Cal women raise their championship banner. So we will be broadcasting that instead of the Cal Vulcan playoff game. WCAL will be making the trip as long as that trip may not be to Assumption because that's about an 8.5-hour drive. So we'll have to see. But just stay tuned for further announcements from that, especially at CUTV_PAR, Twitter page or Facebook.
And follow us or like our pages right there. Bailey gets another carry, gets taken down here. And Zach, with 28 seconds, really quick, what was your favorite memory?
Well, I mean, I think the easiest one to say is Cody Nuzzo becoming Legatron against IUP. You said the Snow Bowl. I got to say the Legatron Bowl when Cody Nuzzo misses the field goal, gets the onside kick, and hits the winning with give Cal the big win over IUP. I know that year there was talks, this is the team.
Yeah.
As that's the final seconds of our final Cal football game.
It's been a pleasure as always and a great game. You see head coach Mike Keller there possibly ending the season on a win no matter what happens. It's a regular season ends with a win.
Hey, 8-3 is not bad.
Over Lock Haven. Considering what happened with Slippery Rock and IEP, it's been a great recovery. 4 straight wins to end the season. And for our great CUTV crew that's been wonderful all season long, for Zach Prosma, my name is Matt Hagee. Good night, everyone.